Jesus, are you like 200%? What the hell? Hold on.
As discussed, I sit down to this Linux computer. I plug on a USB cable. I place the headphones on, and I move the microphone toward my face.
Ooh, you
that
are
is-
something else.
That is the extent of my setup each and every week.
Okay.
So I don't know what dials you twiddled or knobs you played with
he's not
or
pushed
buttons you pushed.
No, what's he done?
There was an update. There was an update. It wasn't me.
Nitedemon, it's great news. It's great news. We are way too loud for him. So it's the opposite problem as usual. Okay. So you remember the Go Fast update? This is the Go Loud update.
You guys are very loud.
Respawn has finally received the Go Loud update where everyone was like, we can't hear them. They're too quiet. Now we're at like 200%.
They can hear you. I just know to me, you guys are blisteringly loud.
So what I'm hearing is we should just be shouting because that's going to help.
No.
We should be talking louder and louder. And Respawn would really appreciate that.
Because he likes it when we talk really close.
He does.
No, I don't mind when you talk close. It's like when you do the creepy, like, lo-fi shenanigans, man. It sends like the shivers down my spine when you're what he's doing right there. That is disturbing. Don't do that.
Well, now it's time for Two Titans and a Hunter.
Around the Campfire Edition.
Dun,
exactly.
dun, dun.
Pull up
we have fire? I want fire.
We're going to make s'mores. And
this is a last word podcast, you know.
We
don't have a campfire.
Oh, sir, we're going to have a fire. We're going to load the fuel into the fire and then rain it down.
Give me fire. Give me that which I desire. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicated in bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran Guardians alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy playing even more. So with all that said, let me hand you over to your hosts, the Triumph Hunting Titan Nitedemon, the pink-panted pansy Peroty, and your Hunter Master Ranger, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life!
So yeah, we're here, you're here, we're all here. Look at that, we're here, the stream's up. Are there people here? Who knows? Are those people real? No way to tell.
No. I do think it's funny that Rage Against the Machine, who was once very anti-establishment, became very pro-establishment like 2 years ago. I'm like, you became government chills, you suck.
Don't know what you're talking about and don't care.
No,
I'm here to talk about Destiny. Or moan about Destiny, because really...
What changed, though? I mean, like... So first they're like, oh, we're gonna have a delay, and now they're like, oh, well, by the way, it's not delayed.
No. To be fair,
nobody from Bungie said anything about a delay.
They've told us nothing.
That's true.
They've announced nothing. Their stance on the matter is radio silence.
No, not radio silence. There has been a press release this week, officially from Bungie, saying that the release date is still going ahead with February.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's
asterisk. But this may change.
No, there's no asterisk.
No asterisk. So people are making that up too.
Well, I mean, everything is subject to change. It's just how Bungie is. Although Bungie didn't say it's subject to change, it's just understood. Yeah, fair enough.
See, but I mean, can we really trust anything Bungie says? Because I was trying to help somebody, unlock their banner of war and then the Flesh Out Storm strand aspects and stuff last night, and trying to play this game in this game is an absolute impossibility. I was trying to do the Embaru engine, and I got through all three things, and it was like,
that's
it doesn't matter because you don't have the flames. Where do I get the flames? I don't know. The game will not tell you. So again, I'm just having a bit of a moan this week about not being able to play this game without YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was going to say yes. I did link you a video, but yeah.
Well, yeah, no. Like I have the video, and I went to go grab like one of the flames. I can't remember which one now. And it was not there to grab. So clearly I've done something else wrong. Can I ever figure out
something right? You accidentally got that flame already? Question mark?
No.
Okay.
At least I went to where the flames are and it was like, But that's the thing. The game will never tell you. I have no way to know if I've done part of a thing. Just like I was on with Panoramics last night because I was basically working through the finishing the deterministic chaos mission and then getting the banner of war because he's life stepped away from the game for a while, and he's like, I was with you guys. He's like, I was with you and somebody else, and going to the Veil Containment, listening to the recordings, and he's like, that broke the quest for me. He's like, I was here, and doing that step out of order basically screwed me over, and I had to go back and do a whole bunch of other stuff. But of course, I had no idea where to start. He's like, so I just started from the beginning, and I've just been playing through bit by bit, when I've got free time and wanted to bother to do it. He's like, there's just no way to tell where in the quest you are, where you need to pick things up, or where you need to start. It's just,
but see, y'all are spoiled.
It's a little infuriating,
man. Because freaking before games like Bungie came out, no game ever told you what to do. Remember the original Zelda?
No.
Yeah, no game ever told you how to play the game. You had to figure that crap out on your own. But we're so used to Bungie holding our hand through everything that now when they don't, we complain about it. Now, conversely, when has
Bungie ever held our hand? Bungie has been like, here's the world, good luck.
But you want them to, is the thing, right? But
not hold my hand, but just give me a map. Let me know there's a quest to go do.
Why? No other games have done that stuff in the past.
They've given you quests that you could go unlock, a hint maybe, to even to know this thing exists. It's not like this is a top secret thing that I'm going and walking through a hidden wall Nintendo style. This is a part of the game you've added and then made it completely impossible to see how to access this part of the game unless I go to YouTube and have somebody literally spoon feed it to me.
Yeah. People want it to be spoon fed, right? But other games like Zelda, like 007, like all these other games, they never told you what to do or how to do it or where it was. They're just like, hey, go kill this guy. Where's he at? I don't know. How do I kill him? I don't know. You got to figure that out, right? But conversely, the games worked, right? So if you did something out of order, either A, you couldn't do it out of order because the game wouldn't let you, or if you did it out of order, the game would autocomplete whatever previous thing that you needed to do that. Whereas Bungie, it just breaks. It craps out. It has a seizure, and then you can never complete that quest because it doesn't know how to handle the fact that you didn't do it the way they wanted you to do it. So,
there's two things at play here, though. There is just doing the normal kind of quest stuff, and like you were saying, going and listening to the Veil thing out of order kind of breaks the game, or doing things out of order. If you jump on with a buddy that's already X amount ahead of you, it could potentially ruin your game. And there are bugs in the game that do that. But the thing is with this Embargo Engine thing is it's meant to be a secret. So that's the reason why they're not telling you anything. So you do have to go to YouTube and have to watch a guide if you want to find out. Now, the question I've got to ask you guys is, did you get a cutscene this week at the beginning?
I didn't do the Embargo Engine. I forgot.
No.
I'll be honest with you.
No, when you logged on this week after Tuesday reset, the weekly reset, did you get a cutscene of your Guardian?
No, I got a here's what's next week in Destiny, and I got a things are on sale for half off through the end of November. Go buy it.
Oh, okay, so I completed the Embargo Engine on my Warlock. I'd done everything in this season on my Warlock. So I'd already had the cutscene from last week of going and finding the thing. I don't know if people were going to be upset if we talk about it. It's all over the place, but
the 15th fish. You finally have enough fish to make.
I found the 15th. Yes, I found the 15th fish.
Wait, what?
And once I found the 15th fish, there was a cutscene with Savathun and your Guardian working something out with drawings on a table. Now, I did that with my Warlock last week, carried on playing the game, logged on with my Titan this week, and it came up with that cutscene as my Titan finding out this information. And then I did the same thing with my Hunter, and it gave me the same cutscene. I was like, I've seen this 3 times now. I don't need to see it anymore.
Now you're very aware of what's going on. All of you see the game's just listen, all 3 of your characters need to understand what's happening here, and now they do.
But I didn't know if it was across everybody got the same cutscene when they logged on this week to say, oh, when the last wish was solved. But
me and him also aren't where you're at yet, right? So
no, but no, when the raid is solved, everybody gets a cutscene to say, right, this has happened in the world. I didn't know if it was that kind of thing that they gave you a week to do the last bit of the Embaro engine, and then everybody got the cutscene to say, right, this is where the story is going forward if you want to catch up on the story. Obviously, that's not the case. You do have to, if you want to find out the story and get the cutscene and find the 15th fish, then you need to do the Embaro engine stuff.
Apparently, there's fish involved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from the fish dragons.
I'm not at the fish part of this storyline yet. I have no fish. I'm out of fish. I'm out of bait. I've lost the hook, and my rod is broken.
That was last season, though.
And not all of those are fishing metaphors.
The fish dragons will be very sad with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, they usually are.
Yes, so from the Bungie press room, they put out a press release on the 14th, I believe it was, 14th of November, saying, today a teaser trailer for Season of the Wish, Destiny 2's upcoming season, was released. Last week, players solved the final in-game puzzle of the Embaro engine, a series of tests created by the Witch Queen Savathun, which revealed a hidden fish and of...
Okay, what's with the fish? Are you just calling them fish, or are they actual fish?
No. We're talking about it.
It's an egg. Wish.
No, it's an egg. It's an egg.
There you go. He got there.
Oh, okay,
which revealed a hidden egg of Riven and an Ahamkara Wish Dragon.
Okay.
During Season of the Wish, launching on November 28th, so very soon, Guardians will return to the Dreaming City where they will discover new activities, gear, and secrets. And then underneath
the 28th?
Yes.
10
days from as we record.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then they give you the link to the teaser trailer, which is very interesting in itself. And then underneath that, it says Season of the Wish is the final season for Destiny before the Final Shape expansion launches on February 27th, 2024, with an all-new episode to follow. In the Final Shape, Guardians will face off against the Witness for an epic conclusion to the Light and Dark saga.
Yeah! Concluding!
But everybody is kind of saying that the reason why they haven't, if it is still delayed, and the reports are very credible, Jason Schreier and I can't remember who else was it that's very credible in the gaming industry that says it's going to happen. They just haven't given a date because they're scrambling because they don't know a date. They've tentatively, they've found that, June might be the date for it to be happening. But then what happens between February and June to keep players in the game? Like we had with Rise of Iron, to keep people interested in playing, they had to come up with a season or something for Guardians to do. So they had to kind of do something to fit in. So either they're scrambling to get a makeshift season together, or they pulled everybody off of the Final Shape to work on something that goes in between, just enough morsels to kind of keep us going before X amount. And I think I said last week, they'll probably wait until after Christmas, business reasons. Oh, do you want to pre-order the Final Shape? And for Christmas, it's coming out after Christmas. Get those pre-orders in. And then after Christmas go, oh, by the way, it's delayed. And then actually have a date for us to say it's delayed until whenever.
Refunds will be abound at that point.
Or does it come out like Cyberpunk and just go, oh, this is the game. It's very broken. You can play it and we'll patch it later.
I mean, that's kind of Destiny in a nutshell anyway.
No, but I think if they did that, I think they'd lose a lot of players.
Destiny in a nutshell anwe'y?
Yeah.
But we've all said that it needs to come out swinging, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and this is them. Bungie has been saying, we need to work on player retention. We need to not screw this up. Our bottom line depends on it. We laid off a bunch of people. Coming out with a broken game is not going to fix that.
It is not.
So hopefully it's like, hey, we're gonna. And I think to your point, Nitedemon, that's why they're not saying, hey, this is when this is coming out, because they're like, one, we don't know. Two, the last thing we want to do is tell you all right now, this is going to be delayed right before the Christmas season, right before we're trying to get, fix that 45% delta between where we want to be and where we are. So yeah, it's it's interesting. I was watching this week going, are we going to get confirmation from anyone on anything? And it's just like, no, it's going to happen when it's going to happen, and you're going to get it when you get it, and then you'll be happy with it, and the world will move on.
The world will move on without you. Anyway.
This is your weekly rundown of Season 22, Week 14, Season of the Witch. The Dreaming City this week is at a medium curse level, which means Pet Revenge can be found in the Divilian Mist, and has the Oracle Engine mission for the next week. The Blind Dwarf features Hive enemies and the Plague Kragar. The Ascendant challenge this week will be the Shattered Ruins, which can be located over in the Spine of Keris. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is a Mysterious Disturbance. The Trove Guardian is located in the Anchor of Light, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Zoltal in Sorrow's Harbour. Nightmare hunts Crota, Despair, Omnigul, Anguish, and the Fanatic Insanity. On Europa this week, Phylax the Warrior will be the Empire Hunt, Asterian's Abyss will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Agility. Dares of Eternity legendary rounds are Fallen, Hive, and Zydron. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Lightkin armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 3, Chroma Rush, Ignition Code, Grid Skipper, Farewell, Sonja's Tale, Shattered Cipher, Main Ingredient, Long Shadow, Last Dance, Toil and Trouble, Wishbringer, and Last Perdition. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Ghosts, Altar of Reflection's Choice, and Altar of Reflection's Insight. The Lightfall weekly mission is No Time Left, the Partition mission will be Ordnance, and the Vex incursion this week will be Umsha Park. The Crota's End raid challenge this week is his second encounter, Cross the Bridge, called Precarious Balance. The Kingsfall raid challenge this week is his second encounter, War Priest, called Devious Thievery. The Val the Disciple challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Rogue, called Looping Catalyst. The Vault of Glass challenge this week is the third encounter, Templar, called Out of Its Way. The Deep Zone Crypt challenge this week is the second encounter, Atrax 1, called Copies of Copies. The Garden of Salvation challenge this week is the second encounter, Spire Defense, called A Link to the Chain. And the Last Wish challenge this week is the second encounter, Shirochi, called Witch Witch. Your pinnacle raid will be the Root of Nightmares over on Neptune, which means all challenges will be available for each encounter, with the Exotic Shotgun conditional finality being farmable from the final boss. The pinnacle dungeon will be the Spire of the Watcher over on the Throne World, and our exotic mission rotator will be Vox Obscura, with the Dead Messenger exotic grenade launcher being the main reward. The Season of the Risen weapon set, plus the Tusk Allegiance armor set. Lost Sectors, Tuesday K1 Revelations on the Moon for exotic gauntlets, Wednesday K1 Communion on the Moon for exotic chests, Thursday K1 Crew Quarters on the Moon for exotic helmets, Friday Concealed Void on Europa for exotic boots, Saturday Bunker E15 on Europa for exotic gauntlets, Sunday Bay of Drowned Wishes on the Dreaming City for exotic chests, and Monday Veil's Labyrinth on the Coastal Dome for exotic helmets. Our 14th featured Nightfall of the season will sit face off against Once Virus the Exhumed Tether in the Highest Battlegrounds Moon, with the Braytech Osprey rocket launcher being the featured weapon. Lord Saxwing's Mayhem to the Crucible for the 14th week of the season, Zone Control in the Relentless Crucible playlist, and Relic in Crucible Labs, with Trials of Osiris at the weekend. This final week should see double XP across all playlists to help you round out those reward tracks and secure your loot. Also, don't forget to collect all of your Season of Witch pass items and your reward track items and engrams from the tower vendors before the end of the season. Plus, you can start holding those bounties and get a leg up on XP and artifact progression for next season. And that's it for week 14 of Season of the Witch. I know we've kind of moved past October and Halloween and the spooky season.
Destiny, yep.
No, but I just wanted to quickly touch upon like our Halloween event that we had, our Festival of the Lost. Okay. Now, other games, when they do a like Halloween event, it is literally for the whole of October. Mm-hmm. Why do we only end up getting 3 weeks to cram as much stuff as possible, or log on and try and do our routines of getting everything? As I don't understand it. Why is Destiny still sticking to this? We've got to fit it in 3 weeks. Like the Dawning will come and it will be there for 3 weeks, but December runs for a whole month. And even have it go longer than a month. Does it matter? Halloween doesn't. It didn't necessarily need to finish on the 31st. It could have a couple of days into November. We could have bled over, but a whole month I feel would be better to do these events. Now, I'm not saying do like what Call of Duty do and put like horror figures in as skins and things like that. We already discussed what we'd like to see as skins or things in that. But what I'm asking for is a little bit longer time, because some of us can't do everything in 3 weeks. We should be able to, but we can't. So it's a Bungie, please. Could we have longer for these things? So Dawning, the whole of December and a little bit into January. That way I can bake enough cookies. I can get so much stuff. I'd be quite happy, because let's face it, not only in this country, over in your country, people are traveling, people have family and things going on at Christmas. And you put the Dawning event right in the middle when things are going on. And if we had like a couple of weeks beforehand, like starting at the beginning of December, we'd have enough time to kind of do our ritual stuff and enjoy and not have to be. It feels like you're being forced to do everything in 3 weeks or even less.
You are. I mean, yeah,
I know,
but
yeah,
I mean, you're only missing out on a week, though. I mean, you're complaining, but I mean, you'd only be getting one more week.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. A week and a bit, maybe.
Week.
Yeah, it is a valuable week because it's an extra week that you could do stuff.
That's a valuable week. If you've only got time to say play on the weekends for any amount of time, then that's an extra. That's an extra weekend that it might give you. Or maybe if Tuesday is the night you said, listen, that's the night I get to play games, it'll give you an extra Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I mean, it's the same thing with trials.
Like there was another game. I'm not going to talk about what it is, but they had the weapons that existed in the game already, right? So I'm not talking about adding a new weapon, right? But they had a Halloween event, right? Yeah. Where some of the weapons that were already kind of themed Halloweeny, that like maybe had skulls on it or weird creepy fingers or whatever, right? Weapons that already looked Halloween-ish, you could do things in the game to upgrade that weapon. When I say upgrade, I mean it completely changed how the weapon worked for the better. I mean, it was a straight like from blue to exotic upgrade. You know what I mean? So, and now if you were there during that event, you have that weapon forever. You know? And that was really cool. I never even thought about something like that, you know? Whereas Bungie gives you the same weapon with a different skin, maybe a couple of rolls. This took your existing weapon, and you had to do a thing with this weapon to turn it in. For example, let's say your gun shoots a black hole. This one shoots 3 black holes in succession while using 1 ammo, and the damage was increased. I was like, you know? That's a crazy upgrade. And it was only because it was Halloween, and it happens once a year. But if you were there during Halloween, you got these upgrades. And that, granted, it's a FOMO moment, but it's a FOMO moment that is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing happened with Fortnite. When Fortnite first came around,
I avoided the name, and he just throws it out there. You see that? You see that?
I'm just saying. When Fortnite first came around, and it was more PvE focused with the zombies and building and things like that, they had the Fortnitemares, which was their Halloween event, which was for the whole month. And I played it, and it was really good fun. And there was a god roll weapon that dropped in that first season, and if you didn't get it in that first season, you missed out for literally. And I didn't realize until the next year, and then they brought it back. You had that god roll weapon to use in PvE for the whole year. People were coming along. You could craft them over and over and again and drop them for people, which was quite nice to use in the PvE world. But after, they break down after a while. After that was what's quite cool is that, you know, that once you can keep crafting them if you've got the actual blueprints for them, and you could drop them in the world for other people to pick up to use. But they would break down after a while, which is, I mean, we'd share them between, you know, people that we were playing with. But yeah, I mean, it was quite cool to, you know, but that ran for like a whole month, you know, and I don't understand why we're being pushed into these 3 weeks have to be this.
I mean, because Bungie doesn't really want to invest any time in it, I guess.
Well, they don't have to. They just stick it on for an extra week.
The number 7 is somehow involved. I don't know how. The number 7 is involved in this somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes back to the whole... You're complaining about the event was short. I'm complaining the event didn't have anything enough to do in it, right? So we have different points. I'm like, there just wasn't enough to do, and you're like, I needed more time to do all the things that was there.
It was hard running from A to do B stuff, to then go to B and finish doing that stuff, to then run back to A to get the B stuff, to go back to B. Yeah. You know, you had to get the pages out in the real world doing real world stuff, but all I wanted to do was just stay in B and just do the lost sectors and get that out of the way.
Yeah, while the event is up, half the time you can't play the event or can't play the event and benefit from it as you need to, because you have to play the rest of the game. It's like, if I have 3 weeks to do this, can I just go do it? I mean, we've made this point before. It's if you have a limited time event, let me go play the limited time event. It would be like Iron Banner being up for a week and going, well, you can play Iron Banner, but you first have to go play, 30 games of Crucible to get your Iron Banner tokens to be allowed entry into Iron Banner to play a couple of matches, and then go back to regular Crucible again and do, rinse and repeat.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, let's talk about Iron Banner as we're there. I mean, Iron Banner's up this week, and it's a fantastic game mode. And yes, you can go and put a mod on your Ghost that if you get a headshot, you can get one of the enhancement prisms, if you're lucky enough. And if you've got enough of the armor pieces, there's also another chance to get an enhancement prism. But you could go and play Nightfall after Nightfall after Nightfall and get prisms, shards, everything that you kind of want for infusion stuff to upgrade your characters. But you can't get that in Crucible by just playing the regular Crucible and Iron Banner. I mean, you have to go into Trials, but then when Trials isn't here, then Iron Banner should be the premium event that people play that gives you the chance to get the golf balls and the shards and the cores. But it isn't, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, Iron Banner's identity is in a really weird spot.
Yeah.
Like it's like because like it used to sort of be the not like the pinnacle like not like Trials was, but like sort of the here's the more competitive PvP that's again time limited like Trials is, and then they took away everything that sort of made it that, and it's just sort of here's another mode that comes around with a different loot pool, which like, and I'm not saying this because I enjoy the Iron Banner, but
yeah,
it like I'm not playing it for any loot. I'm not playing it to get things. I'm playing it just because it's a variation I enjoy. And honestly, with it being Control, it's the same thing. So like, still nobody controls the zones. Still your wins and losses are defined on who actually plays the objective or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'm playing it almost just like as a legacy reason at this point because I sort of enjoy it and I like Saladin yelling at me. Yeah. But it's like someone's like, oh, what
more grenades, Peroty.
It's like what are you playing it for? I'm like, I don't know. I've got like a pile of engrams from the last two that I haven't bothered to turn in because there's nothing that I need, nothing that I want. I mean, I'll probably go, let's throw a bunch of them toward whatever weapon and just see what I get out of it. But it's not like I'm grinding for anything particular. I'm just going, I'm going to play my 18 matches throughout the week and, store some extra exotic fuel and see where it takes me.
Yeah. And how have you found Iron Banner this week? Because I've played it on and off each day, and I found that, I'm solo queuing, but I found that there's quite a lot of teams in the solo queue, and if there's a team in the solo queue, you get completely wiped. And it's not like it's
sounds like a skill issue.
No, but it's not like
team of two or larger.
Larger, 3, 4. I've been coming across, and this one team was fantastic. I can't remember the map that it was on, but all our team ran to the flag, and we were doing that midnight security kind of thing, just like everybody on the flag. The guy, this Titan, came from the other side of the map, just flew across, and I think he had something. He had one of the gauntlets on that when you melee or somebody melees you, it gives out the electric static charge.
Yep.
So he came flying in, meleeed somebody. He meleeed somebody. They meleeed him, and just literally about 3 or 4 people died. I think I was one of the ones that survived. I was shooting him in the back, but he had an overshield at that point. That he then just turned around and went, goodbye. And just
but Titans are not in any way overpowered.
Yep.
No.
But he wiped the whole team. But we were just all focused on just standing in a circle looking at this flag, and nobody saw it coming. And then that set the precedent for the rest
and
of
keep in mind, this wasn't
team.
a super that killed everybody. This was just an exotic effect that killed everybody.
Yeah.
But Titans are not broken in any way. They're completely fair and balanced.
No, but the thing is, we were all standing together, so the electric thing was just like
he had the perfect opportunity to make the most of this build, and he did.
He did, and the rest of his team were just like gods. I don't think we even capped one flag. We just got completely wiped. We couldn't get out of our spawn. They were just on us, and as soon as we spawned in their spawn and tried to take their flag, they were on us again, and it was like, you're just being wiped. That's it. I think the round was over in under 2 minutes. It was just like ridiculous. Oh, we're splitting you up. Oh, thank God for that. And then I get put in a match that was already going with another team that was a 3-stack. Yeah, that was being. It's like,
when y'all had me playing with y'all, I remember the time that they said that they were splitting us up and then put us against a team that literally just wiped us. Like, what was the point of splitting us up if you're going to put us against the same team?
No, but the thing is, when you're playing as a team, like if there's 2 or 3 of us, you expect to go against other teams, don't you?
Right.
But when you're solo
if
queuing,
you're soloing,
expect,
you're not expecting it. Mhm.
like,
Well, when you got
maybe
creep and the
2
game actually
people that are
specifies,
together.
you know what, we're splitting you guys up, and then they don't.
But yeah, when you're playing solo, you expect maybe 1s and 2s to be in your team and on the opposite team, not a team of 4 or 3, and the rest of everybody else in the lobby is solo. It doesn't make any sense because you're just going to get rolled because there's communication. That's it.
Rickrolled.
I mean, at most, I mean, even a frozen team with 3 people in it can do quite a lot of damage.
I mean, I've seen us play together with 3 people, and I disagree.
No, but if we're going against other solo players,
other solo?
Yeah.
we stand more of a chance.
I would still flip a coin on that one. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, my experience this week was similar in that, like I've seen teams, but I've only seen teams of like 2s. And now sometimes there might be 1 team of 2 in the lobby, or sometimes there might be 2 or 3 teams of 2 in the lobby. And at that point, it's all sort of are you a team of 2 just practicing for your trials run and wiping the floor with everyone, or are you just 2 people going, let's go into this together and have a laugh with it? So it's been much it's been much more balanced games. We've definitely been I don't think I've been mercied this week, and I don't think we've mercied anyone. But winning and losing is 100% on, does my team play the objective, or are they all running around with bows and ignoring the objective entirely? Because
so the objective isn't just to kill the other team repeatedly.
Not exactly, because if you do that, you can get a lot more points if you have one of those little circles. If you're standing,
no, hold on. I don't play Destiny to learn about shapes. Okay, no. I have a gun. I want to pull a trigger, and I want the other guy to fall down. Okay, I don't want to talk about circles or squares or triangles.
How are you going to figure out the final shape if you don't want to learn about shapes?
I've never. Have you heard me talking about the final shape? Have you heard me be like, dude, I want to know what the final? No, because I don't care.
Because he's kept to the end. He's like, listen, I don't have to care about the rest of the shapes. I'm just here for the final one. Yeah. Who cares about those other shapes? I just want the final shape. That's the one that's important.
Unless the final shape
other shapes
shape of a gun, I don't care.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's a giant gun.
I would love that. Yes, give me a primary weapon rocket launcher. That's what I want.
Done. I'm not in charge, but it's just done.
Just primary ammo rocket launcher. Yes, that doesn't get its damage nerfed because it's primary ammo.
You never know. At any given week, it could be possible. You never know what you're going to.
We already have an auto rifle that shoots mini rockets, but I want a real rocket. I want a rocket launcher that uses primary ammo. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, they're getting close, man. Like we do right now. We have that special grenade launcher that doesn't have to reload ever. So that's a step in the right direction. Can I get a rocket launcher that does the same thing? That'd be nice too. To just have your whole rocket, like all 8 rockets in the one magazine, just doop, 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 doop. And then you're out. You've had your fun. I'm okay with that.
This week in Destiny for the 16th of November, 2023, brought to us by the Destiny 2 community team. Who is it? Who knows?
Who's left?
It's Cosmo this week. Unofficially.
Cosmo's multitasking.
Well, yeah. Apparently, people have surmised that it is Cosmo because at the end of the TWAB, there is an exclamation point which leads us to a cat picture, which is Cosmo's kind of handle.
Kitties!
There you go. So we don't need to talk about the Season of the Wish teaser trailer, do we?
Nope.
Because we've already talked about that.
We did talk about it. Uh-oh.
We didn't talk about the voice that we hear in the teaser trailer. Now, shout out to Sticky MZ over on TikTok. He keeps popping up on my timeline, and I just sit and watch what he has to tell me because he tells me interesting things. The voice in the trailer, I thought it was Marasav, but apparently it's not Marasav's voice. If you listen to it, it's a little bit deeper. So people are thinking maybe it's the Ahamkara that's speaking to us. What do you reckon? Have you listened to it?
No.
I have, and it's I don't know, and I wouldn't know if it was or wasn't anyway. But
I had no idea. I
the discourse.
Dumb me, just listened to it and went, oh, that's Marasav talking.
You're not dumb. You're
Especially when they showed the picture of Marcel right after that.
Yeah. It's a double negative.
It's somebody talking to someone. And I sat down to watch it the other day and it was like, oh, it's 11 seconds. So that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's a tease, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what we're teasing, but we're teasing.
We're teasing the new Dragon's Breath grenade, a rocket launcher.
We are. No.
Yeah. We
are. It is new. It's reimagined.
Yeah. No, actually, it's not. This. I don't know if it's going to be a DPS weapon, only because you have to wait before firing the second round. But the fact that it gains damage the longer you don't fire it, and it embeds itself in the target, kind of sounds like funsies. I gotta say,
it does.
It does sound like funsies.
I'm excited that they just told us it's going to have a catalyst and what it is. I'm excited to burn the world with its exotic intrinsic trait, where the fuel counter passively increases the longer you go without firing it to a maximum of 5x, and then firing it empties the counter, transferring all fuel to the rocket. And then our rocket embeds itself in the stuck target, causing scorch damage, and periodically injecting incendiary fuel into pools around the target that also inflict more scorch damage to anyone standing in them. And the more fuel the rocket is fired with, the longer it lasts before detonating, and the more fire it spreads.
All of the fire!
Yeah, and it's got high octane. Oh, so much octane. Which is just intrinsically, nearby ignitions instantly refill your Dragon's Breath with 2 fuel. Plus, while the fuel fully refills, it reloads itself. So fire, set things on fire, fire again, set more things on fire. And you can pay your visit to the gunsmith at some point in the tower, and he will give you the catalyst. And you can become the Pyromancer, where the catalyst passively replenishes your Dragon's Breath fuel faster, and eliminating combatants with this weapon cause them to spawn fire sprites. So you can build into all of those lovely, get a kill and cause a thing and a fire sprite and pick that up and then just keep the killing going.
So how would I acquire this next season?
Carefully.
Stupendously.
No, where do I get it from? Where do people get it from?
In the Season of the Wishes seasonal reward track.
So it'd be the first one on the paid track, and I think it's 35, isn't it, if you have the free track?
Sure.
Good
somewhere around
times. There. I'm still a little bit sad. I did like the second version of the Dragon's Breath in Destiny 1, where it had napalm, which you release the trigger after firing, and it drops a solar damage napalm canister. I miss that. I was expecting canisters with flames and fire. This sounds like a combination of what it originally had, which was...
Nobody's disappointed by this, though?
No,
you guys are disappointed?
No, I'm not. Why would I be disappointed?
Because honestly, man, I keep bringing it up, but I really wanted the Taikanaut freaking Dragon's Breath combo. Well,
nobody said that wasn't coming back.
But it wouldn't function the same way, though. I mean, the way that this functions is different from the other function. The whole point of the other one is you fire it and release it, and then cover entire areas in napalm, right? And then you had more heavy ammo, which means you could spam the napalm everywhere, and you could literally cover almost the entire map in napalm, just killing everything. This doesn't do the napalm thing, not in the way we're used to. So even if you did bring the Taikanaut back, it wouldn't be the same.
No.
But it says burn the world. I want to actually burn the world, and you've taken the ability to burn the world away from me.
You might be able to burn the world, but the thing is,
but you're going to have these pools of fuel that are leaking and on fire. So it's not the same, but I'm not sure it's not going to be similar.
Yeah,
but it sounds like I can dropping at the guy's feet. Because that is the one improvement, though, right? Because the the Dragon's Breath, you had to release it just before it hit the boss so that it would drop the napalm and hit the boss, right?
Yeah.
To do max damage. If you hit the boss, you didn't get the napalm. And if you release the napalm too early, you didn't hit the boss, right? So this one, the fact that it embeds in the boss is a good thing. But after it's embedded, does it still drop the napalm at the boss's feet? If so, that sounds like a great DPS weapon. But it also sounds like it's very localized damage at the same time.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, it's a reimagined Dragon's Breath. It's not the original one. So it's like its own kind of thing with just the Dragon's Breath name. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to do something different, and hopefully it's going to be good.
For sure, I guess.
I mean, and yeah, I mean, it does say, you'll fire the cancer, it'll get stuck on the target, it'll periodically eject fuel into pools around it, and then the more fuel the more fuel you have in the rocket, the longer it lasts before detonating, and then the more fire it spreads. So, shoot thing into boss gets hit by scorch damage, throws fiery fuel into the ground, and then when it runs out of that fuel, explodes, causing more fiery fuel. So, I don't know if it's going to be boss DPS, but certainly for ad clear or just...
I mean, it's a rocket launcher. It should be for ad clear, if nothing else, but I see your point.
Or just, hey, I want to take this champion and burn this champion to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And all of his friends.
True.
Yeah, it's probably best for kind of champions. Yeah, I like that idea. Rather than a boss DPS, champions.
If that's the case, then it really needs to have the intrinsic for... What's the teleporting one? Teleporting champion? Those are overloads, right?
What does Scorch give you? I can't remember what Scorch does for which champion or whatever.
But whichever champion teleports and then heals every time he teleports, that a-hole, if it embeds in him and it keeps damaging him as he's traveling, that would be a hell of a benefit.
Yeah.
Look at me, I can teleport and heal. Ha ha. I hate that guy.
Wrong. Yeah, I just have to, give up my other builds that aren't solar to go really fully live in the solar world. Although I can play with all the solar warlock and live that full beautiful world. I just struggle with an exotic rocket launcher though too. I'm like, if I'm putting the exotic in that slot, I don't know.
So overloads teleport, so I was right. And Scorch does nothing for champions apparently, but Radiant gives anti-barrier. So
Command House. I knew there was a solar verb somewhere that did something. Yeah.
Well, there was something.
Everybody on fire. Yeah. I mean, we're also getting an economy and rewards tuning preview. Which is them basically saying, remember all these things we told you about? Yeah, they're still coming. So
I was gonna be like, forget all of them.
No, just your reminder. The legendary shards are going away. Like you can still spend them in season 23, but you're not going to be gaining any more of them. So work your way through them. If you have a stockpile, don't stress about spending them in the next week. You can still spend them in the next season. You're just not getting any more of them. So you can burn that stockpile down, or you can go buy 1 trillion raid banners and just hold on to those forever. It's up to you.
Oh no, Scorch ignitions stun unstoppables. The ignition.
Well, there you go. You scorch enough things, something's going to ignite.
Yep.
Are you excited about your new rewards for Lost Sectors?
I am. Sort of. I am sort of. And listening to, I listen to them every week. DCP and Last Word, definitely, 100%. And it was quite funny because Last Word, they were all like, we're not interested in this. We weren't interested in Dragon's Breath. They were really quite negative about it all. And then DCP, which sometimes are quite negative about things, were, oh yeah, we really would like the Dragon's Breath rework. We really like the fact that you can go and get these weapons in the Lost Sectors. And I'm like, have you guys switched places or something? Because normally it's the other way around. It's like,
well, they're trying. Well, Destiny's already shooting itself in the foot, so I'm thinking they don't really need to help it. They want to keep people involved in Destiny so that their podcast makes sense.
never mind.
Destiny's amazing, guys. Aren't you excited for the final shape? Isn't that what we should be doing?
To our podcast. Absolutely. Says the podcasters.
So starting with Season of the Wish, they're introducing additional rewards for completing Lost Sectors without the assistance or comfort of a stalwart fire team. While Gunsmith engrams will be introduced as a reward to all difficulties of Lost Sectors, selected foundry weapons will also drop from the Legend and Master completions. What? So weapons will drop at these rates, assuming the Guardian is thorough enough to leave no champion standing. So Legend, 70% chance you get a weapon. Master, 100%. So make sure you clear out everything.
So what kind of weapon? Just any weapon?
No, I'm going to go through the weapons for you.
There's a whole list in a rotation.
There's a litany of weapons.
There is. So thorough completions on Master will also have the advantage of weapons dropping with an additional perk in either the third or fourth column. So the weapons available from the Lost Sectors are grouped into several smaller pools to make the chances of a particular weapon more feasible, and they'll be rotated out after each daily reset. So the following weapons will be available from the Lost Sectors during Season of the Wish. So we have 4 days. Day one, I guess, is going to be the first day, the first Tuesday, we're going to get day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and then it'll reset to day 1 again. So you've got 4 weapons in each day over 4 days, and they'll just keep rotating round. So first up, we have the Nox Perennial 5, I guess. That is the Strand Fusion Rifle. This can roll. It has the wildcard origin trait, which is final blows with this weapon have a chance to create the experimental submunitions at the target's location. So like those little Telesto bolts. But it can have elemental capacitor, controlled burst, kickstart, collective action, wellspring, and hatchling with envious assassin, fragile focus, threat detector, lead from gold, loose change, and under pressure. So what do we reckon of this one?
What do we reckon of this one indeed?
So the charge time is 960 and the recoil direction is 65 with an impact of 95 and a range of 45 with a base stability of 24.
Yep.
So that's day 1. That's the first weapon. So day 1, second weapon is the Old Sterling, which is an auto rifle, a Strand auto rifle, which I do like. This is a 600 RPM, 42
wait,
magazine.
where are you reading this at? Because I see day 1. Oh, I see it. Oh, okay. So okay,
that's the next word down.
Yeah, I thought day 1 is just 1 weapon. Day 1 is a chance of 4 weapons.
Yeah,
I'm tracking now.
Good. So it has an impact of 21, a range of 43, and stability of 42 at base. It can have.
Loot sucks.
It's no. They're not. I'm telling you, like Old Sterling is a very, very good auto rifle. It has
what is the pool? Okay, so you have rewind rounds, which is good. I'll give you that. But the last column, what do you put? Harmony, Frenzy, Hatchling, Demolitionist, Focus Fury, or Adagio. I mean, there's really nothing good in that last column. You could make an argument for Demolitionist, okay, but I mean,
Frenzy.
Frenzy takes too long to activate. It takes too long to activate Frenzy. I've never been a fan of Frenzy. It just takes too long to activate. 13 seconds in combat is a long ass time.
Not with an auto rifle, it isn't.
13 seconds in combat.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing, that's a lot of combat.
Yeah.
If you're running Nightfalls and stuff, you can be in combat for all that time and proc it.
Yeah. But it has the field-tested origin trait, which is defeating targets or dealing damage with this weapon gradually increase range, stability, handling, and reload speed. So, as Respawn said, you can have Harmony, Frenzy, Hatchling, Demolitionist, Fragile Focus, and Adagio with rewind rounds, perfect float, hipfire grip, Discord, surplus, and slideways.
Yep.
I do like that auto rifle, and it does pretty well in PvP as well. And I've got the one that Peroty suggested with Frenzy and rewind rounds. So, and yeah, it's a decent weapon.
Yeah, I just like to get a decent roll. All the rolls I've gotten a drop of it are just absolute garbage.
Because
so I would like to get one that's actually usable.
That's the thing with these weapons; they are world weapons, so they're very hard to drop, especially the new ones that we've had over this season. So I believe that they're split over like the 4 days. So the Nox Perennial, the Cybermatic, the Heliocentric, and the Geodetric HSM. They're all the new ones that we've had this season that are now kind of split over the 4 days. So next up on day 1, we have the Marcelian C, which is a grenade launcher.
It's not even a good one. I mean, I know I'm being negative, but it's got 4 rounds in the chamber, and
5.
You can get 5. Okay, you can get it to drop with explosive light, which is good, but the full court is in the same column as explosive light. Incandescent, same column as explosive light. The only thing you can get in the other column is Envious Assassin, which I hate that. It's such a stupid perk because it doesn't proc the way it should. Or Perpetual Motion, or what? I mean, what do you get in that first column? The last column is where all the good stuff is.
Yes, but the thing is, if you haven't got a solar heavy grenade launcher, which is a rapid fire one, this would be a decent one to pick up. And it's got the Hacky Breach Armaments origin trait. So this weapon deals increased damage against vehicles, turrets, barricades, and stasis crystals. But yeah, you've got Danger Zone, you've got Vorpal Weapon, Explosive Light, Cascade Point, Impulse Amplifier, Incandescent, and Full Court in the final column. And then Snapshots, Turnabout, Shot Swap, Perpetual Motion, Field Prep, Stats for All, and Envious Assassin. Now, there was a time where people liked Field Prep because
People
when
still
you
do
crouched...
because it gives you the extra ammo. No, I mean, Field Prep just gives you extra ammo even when you're not crouching.
And you can activate on slide too, so you don't have to necessarily crouch. You can slide, and it gives you the process as well.
No, but because they were rapid fire frame grenade launchers, they were pretty good against bosses. I vaguely remember Field Prep being one of the go-to kind of things, because if you were crouched or you slid into the crouch, you increase your ammo reserves, and it was faster reload and stow speed. So it's and things like the explosive light or full court with those things, because it was a rapid fire, it fired really fast. So you've got a base blast radius of 20, velocity of 52, and stability of 20 with that one, and 150 RPMs. The magazine of 5. So our final one for day 1 is the Senua SI6, which is a sidearm. I haven't really heard much about this one, but this one... Sorry,
nothing. It's dumb.
Did you just say it's gay?
I did. It's childhood callback.
Are you 5?
Yeah, I guess. I'm tired, dude. I'm out of it. I'm saying stupid things because I'm done today. Like I'm surprised I haven't passed out already. I'll be honest with you.
So are we. So it has the origin trait of Omolon Fluid Dynamics. So this weapon has increased reload speed and stability for the top half of the magazine. It can roll with Headstone, Elemental Capacitor, Gutshot, Headseeker, Golden Tricorn, and Pugilist, with Under Pressure, Slick Draw, Envious Assassin, Grave Robber, Perfect Float, and Feeding Frenzy. So I suppose, if you're up close and personal with people, Grave Robber and maybe like Pugilist would be quite good. If you're up close and you punch somebody, melee final blows, reload the weapon from reserves. So shoot people, punch people. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Turn them into crystals, walk away, laugh at them.
Yeah,
agreed.
I suppose so. Yes, because it is a stasis one. So day 2, we have the Cyhematic. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about this one. This is a stasis primary pulse rifle, and it's one of the slow firing ones. So it's 340 RPM. Base magazine is 28, and base recoil direction is 75. 33 impact, 61 range, and 48 stability. It has the wildcard origin trait, so that final blows give you the submunitions. It can roll with Kill Clip, Headstone, Headseeker, Golden Tricorn, Frenzy, and Perpetual Motion, with Outlaw, Encore, Elemental Capacitor, Enlightened Action, Moving Target, and Heating Up. So what do you guys reckon about this one? Is this one you've kind of been looking out for or not?
My brain tells me Outlaw Kill Clip because I was so ingrained when Outlaw Kill Clip was the thing to go for. I'm like, Outlaw Kill Clip, obviously. But
are we talking about a pulse?
Yes.
Okay,
it's in the same range of pulses that the old...
Like the Messenger.
Yes, that one.
That 340 slow firing, I'm going to stand and deliver from afar.
Yeah, Redrick Broadsword kind of thing.
Isn't the Redrick Broadsword a 5-round burst?
No, that was the trial. Not the trials one. The
Vigilance Wing.
Vigilance Wing. That's the one.
Yeah, but that's an exotic. There's a legendary. There's a legendary that shoots a 5-round burst.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Then.
Damn it! Oh, but that ain't it. You're saying okay? So whatever.
Yeah, you could go Headseeker with maybe Enlightened Action.
Senua with Headseeker is not bad for PvP. Oh yeah, no, Headseeker is supposed to be really good for PvP. Now that he mentioned it, yeah, because there's like a buff when it comes to the body shot headshot damage relationship. Yeah.
So you could use Enlightened Action, which is dealing damage, improves reload speed and handling, and Headseeker, body shot lands, increased precision damage, and aim assist for a short time. So that would be quite a good pairing, I guess.
I crushed on Headseeker for a long time with my bygones.
There you go. It works, dude. And then if you have the thing where you do more headshot damage too, so there's a thing that pairs really well with Headseeker because it increases the precision damage. And when you do the body shots with Headseeker and then you follow up with the precision damage, it procs both perks at the same time. But I'm having a brain fart on which perk I'm thinking of.
Golden Tricorn gives you the extra damage on the kit on bonus damage on damage, so it's not that one exactly, but you can pair it with a Golden Tricorn and give you similar. I don't know. Or no, sorry, those are in the same slot. You said Headseeker. Never mind.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Is it? It's not moving target, is it?
No, it's not moving target. No.
Let me just check.
I don't see it on this weapon, so it doesn't matter anyway. But
is it Zen moment? So causing damage with the weapon reduces recoil and flinch over time, improves base stability.
No, because that actually works against you if you think about it. Because you want the weapon to ride up, because you want to get the 2 body shots and that headshot being the third one. If you increase your stability, you're gonna not have as much ride up as you would, and you'll either get more body shots without the headshot or more headshots without the body shots. So that actually, those 2 perks work against each other, not with each other.
Well,
because that was totally my bygone control. Is it had a vertical recoil, but it would ride up. So I would start on the body, it would ride up to the head to finish people off.
Could it be keep away? So keep away significantly increases reload range and accuracy when no targets are in close proximity.
No. It had something to do with precision damage, right? It was a perk that amplified precision damage, which if you had the head seeker, whenever you did the 2 body shots and then you landed that headshot would do extra damage because of that secondary perk. And God dang!
No, I haven't got a weapon with anything else that I can kind of.
But no, you did mention. Is it? No, it's not, because it only activates on the first round. Also, is there a pulse rifle with box breathing? That's not even a thing, is it?
No. I'm just looking down perks, trying to figure out which it is.
Yeah.
So next on day 2, we have the Glissando 47. Now I know that Destiny Fun Police put out a couple of videos. Sometimes this appears at the gunsmith, and I've got a really good roll. I think it was recommended by Destiny Fun Police. I went and bought it at the time. Let's just check. Glissando. So
is it the Hatchling Overflow Appended Mag Small Bore Roll?
No, it is Keep Away, which is increasing reload, range, and accuracy when no targets are in close proximity, because it's a scout rifle, you're nowhere near people, and box breathing. So aiming this weapon for a short period without firing grants bonus range and precision damage that resets after firing or exiting zoom.
Yeah.
So that I think that was the one that he recommended. I also do have one with
Acid made a video, if that's what you're talking about.
No, Destiny Fun Police.
Oh, well, Acid also made a video. So.
And I think that was the one that was for sale at the gunsmith. But I also do have another one with Harmony and Reconstruction on there with high caliber rounds. Harmonizer, yeah. So this one has the Suro Synergy Origin trait, which reloading grants the weapon bonus handling and reduces incoming flinch for a short duration. It can have Hatchling, Harmony, Box Breathing, Cascade Point, One for All, and Opening Shot. So out of those ones, probably Box Breathing is pretty good, or Cascade Point, so final blows or sustained precision hits with another weapon increase this weapon's rate of fire.
Box Breathing is good for PvP, because you get that extra damage on that first shot, and then it'll be easier to clean up after that. But outside of PvP, Box Breathing isn't really a good perk, Yeah, I mean, maybe I wouldn't mind box breathing on a rocket launcher, but you can't really crit with that, though. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
I'd probably go box breathing and keep away, like Destiny Fun Police said. But I think with my one, it didn't have. What did it have? It had light mag, I think, was the one that was available. I'd rather probably go for high caliber rounds to get the flinch.
And the precision damage of scout rifles is decreased by 5% while box breathing is active.
What?
This part of the perk is inconsistent and often doesn't get applied, says the little tooltip on it. So maybe it's useful, but maybe not on your scout rifle. Thank you, Light.gg tooltips for...
It's the only thing that makes sense on scout rifles and linear fusion rifles. That's it!
And snipers.
Okay, maybe snipers, but I mean, whatever.
Maybe you'll have to swap it and go for hatchlings then. Have hatchlings all over the place.
Yeah, that's the role I got from, again, I don't know where, but yeah, that's the role I have is the overflow hatchling, and Dim was like, you should keep this, and I was like, sure, Dim, because PvE podcast said, hey, this is a good role for PvE, so I said, sure, why not? It's got the thumbs up, so it stays in the vault.
That's awesome.
And who doesn't love overflow? And yeah, Strand's real hard to take off, so hatchlings are always fun.
It is.
As Titans, I'm surprised y'all use anything else besides Strand right now with that broke-ass ability going on.
Talking of snipers, we have the Irakanji, which is a sniper. It's one of those Vice rapid fire frame ones. It has an impact of 55, range of 33, stability of 35. Rounds per minute is 140 with a magazine of 6, recoil direction of 55. It has the Vice Stinger origin trait, which is damaging an enemy with this weapon has a small chance to reload the magazine and increase movement speed whilst aiming down sights.
Yep, I've deleted loads of those.
Yes, I have. It's not one of my favourite ones.
I mean, what's it good for? It's weaker than any other sniper rifle. But yeah, it's rapid fire. Well, yeah, and if it's not doing any damage, it doesn't matter if it's rapid fire.
Yeah, it's like firing a scout rifle a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's a sniper rifle, so it never stood a chance.
No.
All right, hold on. Somebody's saying something. Hold on. With box breathing active, it's a 3 crit all resil and PvP. What's a 3 crit with box breathing?
Glissando? We're talking about the Glissando too?
I assume Glissando.
Okay, probably.
Because this can't roll with box breathing. The
sniper. 0.67 TTK. I mean, even though it takes a 5% damage nerf on a scout rifle, it's still more than 5% buff, right? So you're still getting a damage buff, even though it's getting nerfed on top of the buff. Yeah, weird. You're still getting a damage buff. So in the end, you would still be doing overall more damage with that first shot landing and then the 2 follow-ups. So I could see that, yeah. And it is Glissando he's talking about. A 0.67 TTK with a scout rifle in PvP. That ain't bad.
I knew there was a reason why Destiny Fun Police recommended it. So for our Irakanji, whatever that sniper is.
Irakanji?
There you go.
Matter. Moving on.
Headstone, Hartley, Focus Fury, Eye of the Storm, Firing Line, Opening Shot, with Envious Assassin, Keep Away, Shoot to Loot. That might be the only reason to use it. Shoot to Loot. No. Under Pressure, 4th Time's the Charm, and Rapid Hit. And our final one for day 2 is the Nasruddin, which is a sword with the field-tested origin trait. Defeating targets or dealing damage with this weapon gradually increase range, stability, handling, and reload speed. Who knew that you needed that on a sword? It has the Valiant Charge trait, which is
what do you need on a sword? What'd you say?
Field-tested.
Huh. Okay.
Do you really need stability and range on a sword?
Sir, have you ever swung a sword? It's very unstable.
Depends if you've slept the night before.
So this is an arc heavy sword. Swing speed is 40, charge rate is 20, ammo capacity base is 50. And it has Valiant Charge, which is receiving damage whilst guarding, temporarily increases sword lunge distance. Whirlwind Blade, On Guard, and Surrounded, which is a good one to have these days for some bosses. Energy Transfer, Relentless Strike, Wellspring, and Flash Counter. So if you're going for blocking stuff, then that would be quite good. Blocking and blocking.
What kind of sword? When I go to swing the sword's heavy attack, what does it do? Is this the Whirlwind Blade? Is that the spin around one? Or
yeah, this one launches a heavy uppercut.
Ah, okay.
Because it's an adaptive frame.
Oh, I thought you said Whirlwind frame.
No, it has Relentless Strike, or I think there was Whirlwind Blade.
Yeah, I was getting distracted by that. Going when I use the powerful attack on the sword, what do I do? Do I spin in a circle? Do I hit one target? Because that's how I think of swords.
I want to spin. Spin me, baby, spin me.
You can cast next season with their caster sword.
I can.
I don't want to cast. I want to spin. I want to be a ballerina. I've already got the stripper pole, and let me be a ballerina.
Okay. So for day 3, we have the heliocentric QSC, which is the sidearm that I believe True Vanguard, Cool Guy, everybody seems to love, but it just doesn't seem to drop. I did actually get a couple to drop, which I've held on to because I wasn't sure whether they were the go-to or not. So let's have a look and see which one I've got. Probably not. I've got one that has got Surrounded, Rangefinder, and Steady Rounds on there, or Precision Instrument and Rangefinder. But it's a solar weapon. It's a lightweight frame, so it's superb handling, moves faster with this weapon equipped. It has the Nadir Focus origin trait. Sustained fire increases accuracy and range. And it has a base impact of 43, range of 27, and stability of 46. 12 in the magazine with a recoil direction of 94 and 360 RPM. Where are we? So we have Incandescent. We have Kill Clip. We have Adrenaline Junkie. Surrounded. Precision Instrument. And Frenzy. And I believe this is the one that True Vanguard was talking about with Heal Clip. So reloading shortly after dealing the final blow grants cure to you and your nearby allies. So he was looking for like Heal Clip and Kill Clip. So it's because they're in separate columns. So
Heal Clip and Cure Clip?
Heal Clip and Kill Clip.
Oh, heal and kill. Okay.
Heal and kill, yeah. So perpetual motion, enlightened action.
I'm confused. Am I healing and killing?
Yeah, with both. Rangefinder.
Yeah, respawn. Do I need to tell you we're not living in the land of ore? Come on now.
I
And
mean,
moving
fair
target.
enough, but a gun that heals, that seems like an oxymoron.
It seems like it's a Suros gun, doesn't it, with Heal Clip?
I mean, what does Suros have to do with healing?
Suros regime?
Oh,
So-
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Whereas this is, if you do get the kill, you are granted cure, and you get Kill Clip on there as well. So I think
That's a
the
level
one
1 cure, I'm guessing. Since they're not specifying, it's just cure level 1.
probably.
Yes, cure ×1 for you and all your allies.
Okay.
And because we haven't got enough snipers, you can have a solar, aggressive frame, high damage, high recall, last for a sniper. On day 3 we are at the moment. So field tested.
We don't have enough of those. Yeah, you're right. I could
Field
always use more
tested.
of those.
As the origin trait, defeating targets or dealing damage with this weapon gradually increase range, stability and handling, and reload speed. It can roll with incandescent, rangefinder, box breathing, cascade point, focus fury, and frenzy, with discord, elemental capacitor, perfect float, lead from gold, envious assassin, and field prep. Has a base impact of 90, range of 70, stability of 27, 72 RPM, 3 in the magazine, and a recoil direction of 75. Are you feeling this? Do you feel it?
Mr.
Do you want
Krabs?
it? Huh?
What?
What?
Mr. Krabs? You don't understand what you just said there?
No.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Doesn't ring a bell?
No.
Okay.
Are you talking about SpongeBob?
Do you know another Mr. Krabs?
But that's what I'm guessing. I've never watched SpongeBob.
I don't know.
Neither
a
have I,
single
but
Mis-
it's a meme that's everywhere. Even if you haven't watched SpongeBob, you've seen
I
the
don't
meme.
know a single Mr. Krabs, but that would have been my first guess. If the crabs are either raving, delicious with Old Bay, or SpongeBob.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'm
But what I can tell you.
surprised. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Moving on.
Moving
Crabs
on.
enjoy a good rave. I'm just saying, go to YouTube and type in crab rave. And,
No, I know what that means, but I'm surprised he doesn't know the Mr. Krabs. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs meme?
I don't either. So you're 0 for 2.
Next, we have Hand in Hand Shotgun. So it's an arc, aggressive frame, hard hitting, high recoil, increases the rate of fire after a kill, has the field tested origin trait, has trench barrel, cascade point, pugilist, elemental capacitor, golden tricorn, and 1-2 punch, with slide shot, hipfire grip, shot swap, dual loader, fragile focus, and ensemble, with an impact of 80, range of 18, and stability of 20 at base, with 55 RPMs, 4 in the magazine, and a recoil direction of 72. Are we feeling this one? Is this one going to be a good one for like something, say, like slide shot and trench barrel, or slide shot and pugilist, or slide shot and 1-2?
There's
So-
only one shotgun, and it's the exotic from the raid. All other shotguns are pointless.
But what happens if you can't get in the raid?
If you don't have that one, does my 1-2 punch anything mean anything, or my golden tricorn?
No. Well, no. It doesn't mean anything for going tricorn. But as a Titan, 1-2 punch should be important to you, and as an Arc Hunter, 1-2 punch is very important.
Yeah, but I mean, 1-2 punch, you have to hit an enemy with every pellet in the shot to increase the melee damage for a short duration. So you take
Right,
the
but
shot
you're in
and you
melee
hope-
range, so it shouldn't be hard to hit every pellet. Are you trying to snipe with a shotgun? What are you doing? You're in
I
melee
might be.
range. The whole point is to be close to hit him with every pellet to punch him.
I'm not
Wouldn't
using the shotgun anyway, so that's
Well, I
what
mean-
I'm doing.
I mean, you could go the other way. You could do trench barrel. So after a successful melee hit, this weapon gains increased damage and handling and reload speed for a short duration or until 3 shots are fired. So
I mean, either way.
I'm more of I'll punch you first and then I'll shoot you, because I've tried the other way and I can't seem to do it, because I was trying to do a build I was following a build from Unknown this week, which I will link in the show notes, which was quite interesting because he got his super up really, really fast in Crucible, in like Iron Banner, and he had the Doomfang Pauldrons for the Titans, and he'd set it up for like melee hitting everything and then kind of just every time he melee hit something, he got so much super energy and he was putting bubbles everywhere. But his whole idea is, I can't seem to do this, is when you're running towards somebody, you shotgun them first and then you hit them with the shield bash. I can't do that. I've come to the realization that I'm a Titan that has to punch first and shoot afterwards. So I need a weapon that does the other way around.
Well, most of PvP does that naturally anyway. With the whole, I'm going to run up and either slide shotgun you, followed with melee, or I'm just going to shotgun melee you to death.
Yeah,
because like
no, I can't do shotgun melee. I have to do melee shotgun.
You are identifying the same problem I have, which is called old man plays video games, where your Twitch reaction time, time is not what it should be, because I have the same problem going. I've seen people do this. I'm pressing the buttons, and my brain or fingers or both are just not quite quick enough to make this happen. So yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. Going, yeah, I've seen this done. I've been the victim of this many times.
I mean, for a long time, because I'm a hunter main, everyone's like, well, why as a hunter don't you slide shotgun and blah, 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 blah. Well, mostly because I've realized that when I'm sliding, all of my accuracy goes out the window. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a gun to my head, okay, when I'm sliding. I don't know what it is.
I think he's suffering from the same thing. He's getting to that point, isn't it? Old man syndrome.
Nope.
Yeah.
I am young. Yeah. I am still. Look, all the gray hairs in my beard were dyed platinum blonde on purpose.
You're a spry 40+-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you want the hand-in-hand shotgun, it's going to be there on day 3. Next on day 3, or the final one for day 3, is the Battle Scar Pulse Rifle. So this is a kinetic pulse rifle, lightweight frame, superb handling, move faster with this weapon equipped, has a base impact of 27, a range of 28, and stability of 44. Rounds per minute are 450, with a magazine of 31 and a recoil direction of 54. It has the field tested origin trait.
I was going to say the what?
Yeah. It has the field-tested origin trait, defeating targets or dealing damage with this weapon gradually increase range, stability, handling, and reload speed. So this is a good one to have for kinetic tremors. So sustained kinetic damage to the target emits a shockwave that damages any nearby targets. It has Head Seeker, Eye of the Storm, multi-kill clip, osmosis, and high impact reserves. So with Keep Away, Shoot to Loot, Perfect Float, Shot Swap, Encore, and Perpetual Motion. So for PvP, I'd probably go with Perpetual Motion and maybe Head Seeker, or maybe Kinetic Tremors. Depends on what you're kind of doing, really. What do you reckon for PvE, Respawn? Would you go Kinetic Tremors and
Tremors is always a go-to. I love Tremors. But what gun are we talking about?
The Battle Scar.
Battle Scar.
Okay, give me one second. Oh, that's a scout rifle. Oh, pulse rifle, right?
Pulse,
yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely Tremors, absolutely. But let me see what's in the other category.
Yeah. I've got a Kinetic Tremors perpetual motion roll that I really enjoy for the Kinetic Tremors piece of it.
Encore's a really good one for that one too. Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, just perpetual motion or Encore. But no, 100%. If you can get a weapon with kinetic tremors, that's probably the best perk on that weapon. Unless you're playing PvP, in which case you definitely want the Head Seeker. But yeah, no, PvE, kinetic tremors, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. So day 4, we have the Geodetric HSM, which is another sword, and a deer sword. So the origin trait for this is sustained fire increases accuracy, range, increases lunge distance for swords, and projectile velocity for launchers. It is void. It's an adaptive frame, so it launches a heavy uppercut attack. Has a base swing speed of 40, charge rate of 47, and impact of 62. It can roll with 1 for all, destabilizing rounds, Assassin's Blade, Whirlwind Blade, but no whirlwinding.
Whirlwinding?
That's the one.
Please finish the word.
No twirling round with that blade.
Right.
Encore and collective action with Repulsor Brace, Duelist Trance, Tireless Blade, Relentless Strike, Energy Transfer, and Flash Counter. So would a good one be Repulsor Brace, so defeating void debuff targets grants an overshield, and destabilizing rounds, so final blows cause nearby targets to become volatile? Would that be a good one to have?
Yeah, no, as long as it can proc on itself, absolutely.
No, that's good. So weapon kills apply void of volatile to other enemies in a 6.5 meter radius around the target. So I suppose if you
avoid hunter, when you kill a void debuff target, not only do you get the overshield, but it also makes you invisible, which doesn't make a lot of sense if you're swinging a sword. But
you can sneak up and murder someone.
No, you got to murder them and then sneak away.
And then go murder the next thing.
Yeah, I think it also procs healing. I'll have to double check that, but I think it procs invis, overshield, and healing. But I'd have to check the healing part.
So next on day 4, we have the combined action hand cannon, which is an arc primary, aggressive aim. So it's high damage, high recoil, optimized for long distance shooting. It has the field tested origin trait with volt shot, timed payload, which I do like timed payload, offhand strike, kill clip, air assault, and adagio with hipfire grip, zen moment, eddy current, that well-known rock star, and no distractions, tunnel vision, and perfect float. Base impact of 92, range of 54, stability of 26, 120 RPM, 8 in the magazine with a 94 recoil direction.
Zen and timed payload looks like the only 2 perks worth anything in PvE or PvP on that gun. Stability is butt. Handling is butt. Reload speed is butt. Range is butt. So yeah, this gun is just like a crappy gun. Impact of 92. Okay, so it's high impact. Range is 54. Stability 26. Handling 23. Reload speed 32. Reload time 3.5 seconds. Good lord, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got a high aim assist, I guess.
61, but yeah, you better. I mean, you better kill what you're shooting at because you need, a fiscal year to reload this bad boy.
I mean, what else is there? I mean, I've got a. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I've got a true prophecy, which is an aggressive hand cannon, and yeah, that is very bad, kind of. But that's got high aim assist of 72. We've got the maledictation at 65, something new at 60, Criminal's Dagger, which is an old one, 72, and Duke MK44, which is 69. So they're really old ones. Yep. But yeah, the reload on those things is just terrible. It's
a high impact, so that's how they balance it out. But
you better hit what you're kind of aiming at with those.
Yeah. And what's the magazine size? Probably like what, 8 or something?
8, yeah.
7 or 8? 8, yeah.
Can be 9. Yeah, I've got one that's what is this thing? Volt shot, Zen moment, tactical mag, and fluted barrel. So it's
Volt shot on a high impact is ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It's got a stability masterwork that I haven't masterworked out yet, sitting at 4. So I mean, my stability is up to 40, range 54. I've got 9 in the mag, so yeah, like it's not a great weapon by any means, but Volt shot can make it fun if you need to run a hand cannon for champions or something. It's at least an option, but yeah, not one I'm saying you should go run out and grab by any means. I'm not sure if I've ever fired this one, but
we're being told this gun you need to have Adagio because if you proc Adagio, it's a 2-tap in PvP. So okay, I could see that, but at the same time. So what he's talking about the whole Volt shot thing, Volt shot on a high impact, like, okay, you've killed a guy, now you have to wait, a new timeline to reload that bad boy to proc the freaking Volt shot, right? And then you kill the one guy with the Volt shot, and you got to wait another fiscal year to reload it again to get that Volt shot back. I mean, you've essentially wasted 2 Christmases killing 2 people if you're lucky.
100%. It's literally a play where it's like, if I need to have arc and it's one of those, if I need to have arc and I need a hand cannon for champions, then I'm like, okay, I have a thing that fits this slot.
Now, if you reloaded, you just kept the Volt shot until you fired it. We're talking a whole different story here, right? Because I don't mind killing an enemy, reloading the weapon, and then just having that Volt shot in the ready for the next time I come up on somebody, but it's got like what, a 4-second time limit or something like that?
7 seconds.
7 seconds? Man.
Finishing a reload within 5.3 seconds of a weapon kill grants a Volt shot for 7. So yeah, it's not forever, but it's not terrible, but yeah.
Your reload speed takes up half that time.
That's what I'm saying. By the time you reload, you're ready to go. You're not needing to wait around anymore.
And even then, like if you're like me and you know how to stop the reload animation after your gun's reloaded so you can get a faster reload, that's still, you're looking at like 3 seconds, you know? So
yeah.
it's
not a good weapon. We've wasted too much time. Let's move on to some harsh language. I've got some harsh language for you, Respawn.
Harsh language. Well, I bet you do. That's the grenade launcher, rocket launcher?
It is a grenade launcher, yes. It's a void waveframe one-shot handheld grenade launcher. So projectiles released a wave of energy when they contact the ground. It's a base blast radius,
okay, cool.
of 100, velocity of 73, stability of 20, 72 RPM, 1 in the magazine with a recoil direction of 75. Has the field-tested origin trait with destabilizing rounds. It has adrenaline junkie, disruption break, repulsor brace.
Repulsor brace and field prep. That looks pretty good. It also has destabilizing rounds. Oh my god! Oh, but they're the same column.
Same column, yeah. Unrelenting and golden tricorn with threat detector, shot swap, wellspring, field prep, envious assassin, and stats for all.
You lost me at handheld grenade launcher. I'm glad it's handheld. Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like, it's a handheld grenade launcher. I'm going as opposed to what?
A mounted grenade launcher, obviously.
Yeah, but it's a special one. It's not a heavy one, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, love a waveframe. I apparently have deleted all the ones I had, but yeah.
Dude, if you had those in different columns, that would be probably one of the best grenade launchers in the game. Destabilizing and repulsor brace on the same grenade launcher waveframe. I'd never change weapons, honestly. Yeah. But Bungie just loves not letting us have any fun.
No, don't lie. They let you have fun. You just don't have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly I don't have fun. Gee, blast radius of 100 too. That's not bad.
And then finally, our last weapon of day 4 is the Coronach 22, which is an auto rifle.
Yes,
it's an RPM of 600, magazine of 46, a recoil direction of 73, a base impact of 21, a range of 42, and stability of 38. It can roll with the Suro Synergy Origin trait, so reloading grants this weapon bonus handling and reduces incoming flinch for a short duration.
You don't want this weapon. We shouldn't even spend time talking about it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because this is the weapon that Cool Guy made a video literally called, honestly, it's just 5 minutes of me bashing the Coronach 22.
He's not wrong. The only thing it's got going for it is a nerfed perk in the form of target lock, and then you have incandescent, but on an auto rifle, incandescent takes too long to proc. So,
well, it's an adaptive frame, so it's well rounded and reliable and sturdy. And I find it quite
a jack of all trades means an expert in none. Okay.
Look, I enjoy using it in Crucible. It's quite good. I have a target lock with Zen Moment and Ricochet rounds, but it can roll with incandescent, cascade point, target lock, under over, adrenaline junkie, adagio, with Zen Moment, perfect float, shot swap, surplus, feeding frenzy, and envious assassin. But I like it. I don't care what you say, Cool Guy. I use it.
The guy you're always sweating, you don't care what he says?
I've got one sitting on my warlock that's incandescent and envious assassin. So
yeah, like it's. I thought it'd be good, and it just isn't. Magazine's too small. Target lock's nerfed. Incandescent takes too many rounds. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I mean that was basically Cool Guy's review. It was basically just like it's fine. It's fine at everything. Like it's not going to excel at any one thing. It's like it's a perfectly fine weapon. It is a thing you could have for sure.
Yeah, it is.
If you don't have an Ammit, then you could have that and then be sad.
So you may have noticed that these weapons are also available from the World Loophole. Did you notice while we were talking about? Did you notice? Respawn, did you notice? Did you know, or is it because
I don't even know what you're saying right now?
Okay, the newest World Loophole weapons will eventually find their way into the Lost Sector chests in the seasons after their debut. So
after their what? After their
debut.
What?
Debut.
They're what?
It's French.
What is that word? You mean debut?
No, it's French. I'm saying the French version.
Yeah,
Debut.
debut? Is that the word?
No, it's debut.
No, that's not. No, I disagree wholeheartedly.
Anyway, so the weapons that will drop in the World Loot Pool in Season of the Wish won't be in the loot pool for the Lost Sectors. You've got to wait to the season after that. Or that makes no sense because we're not getting seasons after this. So,
So you're never going to see those.
You're never going to see them. Yeah, I was going to say.
You got it wrong.
You got played.
There's not going to be any seasons. It's all going to be episodes. So you should have said episodes after their debut.
This is why you need a community management team to understand what's going on with your game. To tell us.
You need somebody to write it, somebody to read it and go, this is where you've gone wrong. Or you've got us to tell you. So once enough time has passed, the older weapons will then move on to being only available from the gunsmith focusing pool. So, yeah, good. Of course, the exotic rewards you expect will still drop from the Legend and Master Lost sectors if you complete them solo. With the inclusion of the gunsmith engrams and more weapon rewards, we expect each run will feel more rewarding, whatever your goal might be. I guess so. I mean, I would probably look for like the day 3, the heliocentric, day 2, maybe the cybermatic, day 1, old Sterling, and then you've put me off getting one of the Coronach auto rifles, so that was going to be my day 4 one.
Yeah, well,
harsh language.
Maybe. No, but Respawn said no to that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think Respawn says no to everything.
I don't like really good things. I don't like weapons. So
these weapons you can get with a fire team. So like if I wanted to grab a buddy and say I would like to get an old Sterling, we could go in as a team to these Master Lost sectors and have 100% chance of one of these 4 things dropping, correct? I don't have to do this solo, or do I have to do this
depending on how many
solo?
champions you kill, right? It still depends on how many champions you kill.
Right, yeah. If I'm bringing a buddy in and we're killing, every champion, because that's not a problem for us.
Okay.
Well, they start
I'm not going to get the exotics to
but
drop.
What's confusing is
can I? Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, yeah, they say
they're saying it has to be solo for the weapons. Chat's saying it has to be solo for the weapons.
Yeah, but then at the bottom, it kind of doubles back on itself.
Yeah, Bungie, that's stupid. Nobody wants you tell me you want this game to be social and go play with my friends.
But everything is solo.
I don't need to either. It's like go do this thing solo or have 5 friends at the same time that can go join you for an activity. I need some middle ground. Give me a thing that 2 people can do. Yes, I know 3 is not far from 2.
Let's call a raid. I just got a harsh language. Look at that. It's called a raid.
No, it's called a dungeon.
Right, because
it's called a dungeon.
1 and 6. Like. I'm like, why not have this pool be available? If you want to, drop the things a little bit. 50% chance for legend or 60 for legend, and an 80% chance for master. Like,
makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, still, I wish I was at least assured of getting something out of these runs if I'm doing it solo anyway. The 70 for legend, like, I get it. You've got 2 tiers. You've got to differentiate them in some way, but like. Why not just drop me 1 or 2 weapons? Like, why not just increase it? It's a looter shooter.
What's the other reason for doing it as a fire team? You still get like enhancement prisms and cores, don't you, from opening the chest at the end if you do it like in a fire team?
Yeah, so there's really 0 reason ever to go in with a fire team unless you're just trying to farm materials.
Yeah.
And who's doing that? If you have, I don't know, literally anything else in this game you could do, you could go 2-man Nightfalls and have a better, experience.
Yeah, fun experience.
I'm just looking at this going, if I'm solo, I mean, there's loads of things you could do solo, whatever. But like, if I want to go again, Bungie, you tell me this game is to play with your friends and to have a good time and to hang out with your buddies and to get it, play the way you want. This is not that. Like, I was hoping, seeing this, it would be like, oh, here's a reason to go into Lost Sectors. Here's a reason to do this with other people. And like, it's still a challenge, but I'm getting something out of it. I'm looking at this going, I still don't think it's worth trying to farm for an old Sterling, with a 1 of 4. I've got 1 in 4 things that could drop. So if I run a bunch of masters, I'm just not gonna, depending on the Lost Sector, I'm not gonna just blow through masters all day because it's just mind-numbingly boring. And if it's still a 1 in 4 shot, and then I get a roll, I don't know. I want there to be a reason to do Lost Sector. I mean, I don't want to because Lost Sectors are dumb, but
yeah.
like
Well,
let me go in with someone and roll the dice that way. If I'm rolling the dice either way, what does it matter if I'm solo?
Bungie's thinking on this is if you already have to go in solo because they force you to get an exotic that you're trying to get, right? Then hey, here's a bonus. Not only can you get this exotic, you can also get this weapon. But to me, like you're saying, I don't want to have to go in solo. You're making me go in solo, one. And number two is it sounds like by also letting this weapon drop, you're putting more crap in the rotation that could potentially impede me from getting the exotic that I'm there to get to begin with, So, I mean, I don't know if it's a roll on the exotic and then a separate roll on these weapons, or if the roll on these weapons counts as part of the loot pool that you get overall at the end. But to me, it seems like this is yet just another thing that's going to get in the way of me getting the exotic that I'm farming for. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you see that. No, I read this. I read this separately as you got your chance for the exotic, and in addition, you got this. But yeah, you bring up a good point. If it's just now you have the day's exotic plus 4 more things that could drop. I mean, I guess there was always, it would always, or not, it would periodically shoot you out something at the end of a Lost Sector that wasn't an exotic. So there was some loot pool there anyway. Yeah. I guess they're saying now at least it's focused to this. But yeah, if that's still. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's the same as it is today. It was always a exotic plus random crap at the loot pool, but now at least we're going to tell you what the random crap is.
That would be okay. I'm not upset about that. But if it's just getting in the way of my exotic, that's not good. I don't want that. Take it away. I mean, these weapons don't. I mean, it's not even like great weapons to begin with. They're okay, sure. Every one of them is mid-tier and okay, it could be good in this niche situation, right? Like he's talking about the 2-tap in PvP. Okay, very niche situation if you go with hand cannons. But overall, I'd much rather have a raid legendary, a non-adept, right? Not adept, obviously. But if you do a Lost Sector, you get a chance at a raid legendary. How about that? For the people that can't do raids. That would be a good addition to a Lost Sector. Hey, I can't do raids, but I can do Lost Sectors. Wait, you're telling me I could potentially get a Rufus's Fury? What? From doing a Lost Sector? That'd be a great idea. But the weapons that they're giving us are all tier, I mean, or Forbearance, which I don't even know if those drop anymore. The grenade launcher, the Wayframe Arc grenade launcher. I don't even know if those drop anymore. Oh no, that's a raid one too. I'm stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like I do appreciate them saying the world loot pool is massive. You have basically 0 chance of getting things out of the world loot pool. To the point, I'm interested to craft that arc pulse rifle that comes from Neomuna.
Yeah,
that I can't think of the name of because I can't get them to drop. I think I have 1 or 2. I just cannot get them to drop. So it's for instances such as that, I do appreciate there being some path to saying, hey, at least you can play a thing where if you're trying to unlock this, at least here's a path to it, as opposed to it's in the world loot pool. Hope for the best. There's 90,000 weapons in there. Maybe you'll get one. I'm not even talking about a good roll. I'm just talking about a roll at all to then scrap to then add to my pattern collection.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, it's a good point you're making. I mean, I absolutely support that. But Chad is talking about, even if they're not going to give us raid weapons, raid weapons to at least give us spoils.
Yeah, or the raids you vaulted or stuff. Things I can't get anymore. Throw them into that loophole. Give Lost Sectors. As a veteran player, I don't have reasons to go into Lost Sectors, and I don't think that, spin the dice on some world loot drops is going to be a reason to get me in there. So I appreciate the idea. I don't think I appreciate the implementation of the idea.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nitedemon? Is this going to lower you into a Lost Sector, or does this, doesn't move the needle for you at all?
Not really. I mean,
makes sense.
It's just more stuff you have to store.
The thing is, I've still got challenges for this season to go and do a Legend or Master Lost sector, and there were 3 new exotics that I could have got at some point that I think when they first came out, they were broken or not broken, and I can't remember if they were broken or not. And I just didn't go and do them at the beginning of the season because I thought there's a challenge coming up. Now it's got to the end of the season, I'm like, I'll get them when I get them.
Yeah.
It's like
100%. That's like I think I've gotten the new Titan exotic from doing the Vex incursion and not the Lost Sector, and even then I've never used it because it just wasn't exciting. A Lost Sector need a rethink.
I tried to do one of those Vex incursions. I followed the bot that came up in our Discord and went, "Oh, there's a Vex incursion."
So late, I'll go there. Though.
No, I got there.
Oh, did you?
Nobody else there. I was the only one doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is gonna go poorly.
Yep. Yeah, that's the problem. I've gotten to like 2 Vex incursions where there were people, one of which had enough people to actually succeed. The rest of it was like, I see you guys off in the distance, and I see you ignoring me over here trying to do this Vex incursion, so I'm just going to fail this over and over again.
I'd be the hunter on top of some building somewhere, eating popcorn, just watching you.
100%.
Oh, you guys come take this guy out. This Titan thinks he can solo this. And then, to our surprise, you did. Like, what? No, but...
That's nonsense. But don't worry, more rituals are coming.
I was so looking forward to that. I'm so happy more rituals.
We're gonna get some post activity ritual rewards from Vanguard Ops, Crucible, and that third thing with that green guy that we don't talk about.
That third thing with the green guy, he's not green.
We know players, want to get a hold of the newest weapons as soon as possible each season to try new strategies and builds, and then try to figure out where they're going to store these new weapons because there's nowhere to put them. And that's one reason they've made the newest ritual weapons available for focusing. Hooray! Huzzah! And the corresponding vendors from the world. Oh, from the word go, not the world go. From the word go. Got it.
I like your version better.
Yeah, so next season we're gonna take it a step further, so players have more agency on the rewards they can get after a long play session in the ritual playlist. So starting at the Season of the Wish, ritual activity completions will include additional drops of ritual weapons for all 3 ritual playlists. The influx of engrams will let player focus more on the gear they want to get past and present. And also with Legendary Charge going away soon, spend your Legendary Charge reminder, the ritual vendors will see the cost of their focusing slightly changed. To be clear, the increase in engram drops go hand in hand with these price changes, so we're hoping you'll still find yourself focusing just as often with a different set of currencies. So they've previously shared the new cost of vendor focusing, as well as tweaks to the number of rewards and activities such as Iron Banner and Trials are dropping. So here's a quick reminder of these new requirements, which they tweaked on the 17th. So if you read this on Thursday, they changed it on Friday on you. So
yeah, that confused me because I was like, I read all of this, made some notes, and then they changed it. I was like, okay, I'll give up.
How dare you?
At least they do say chart update 11/17/23. So at least they mentioned that they updated it versus you going, no, I wrote this down and now it's different.
Well, I saw a tweet this morning and I was like, they've done what? Oh, I made notes and everything. I hate you, Bungie.
You stepped into a war with Bungie's patch notes.
I did.
Or Bungie's TWABs even. So
you always stop trying to look. I know you're trying to help out the people. I get it. And we all applaud you for that, myself included. But you should realize that every time you go ahead of the game, Bungie is going to trip you up, my dude.
Not always.
It's been pretty consistent lately, my friend.
Iron Banner is still control as of Saturday. So, I mean, we've made it almost the full week now.
Oh. Yes, but did we get Relic in Crucible Labs?
No. And are we going to get it next week? Probably not.
No.
So they lied. They lied and they haven't even addressed it. Bungie?
Listen, the PvP Strike team is working on maps right now. They can't be bothered with what's in the game. They're working on the new maps now. That's all they're doing. Everything else, unimportant. No. They've forgotten about that entirely.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
And so we're going to remind you real quick that if you want a new ritual weapon, it's going to cost you an engram. That's it. A recent ritual pool weapon, 3 engrams and 5,000 glimmer. Your standard ritual pool armor, just the standard. Same thing, 3 engrams and 5,000 glimmer. Your legacy ritual weapons and legacy ritual armors are both going to be 5 engrams and 15,000 glimmer. Your Iron Banner weapons, a single engram and 20,000 glimmer. Nightfall weapons are going to be 5 engrams and 25,000 glimmer.
That's a little expensive.
I mean, it's if you're playing Nightfalls, they're showering you in engrams just like everything else, and they're going to increase those. So if you want an adept Nightfall weapon, it's going to be 5 engrams, 50,000 glimmer.
Ooh.
And you're going to need 10 of those Nightfall ciphers that you get.
That's hella expensive.
Yeah.
Are they raising our glimmer cap? Because 50,000 is a lot.
One would hope. Trials weapons, you'll just need 1 engram and 20,000 glimmer. Adept Trials weapons, 1 engram, 50,000 glimmer. And of course, your 7-win Trials passage after going flawless.
What?
I mean, that's the same thing. Trials and Iron Banner legacy weapons, 2 if owned, 5 if unowned. So that's kind of nice. And then 10,000 glimmer or 15,000 glimmer whether you own the weapon. So if you don't have the legacy Trials weapon, it gives you a path to get it. It's just 5 engrams. So go play a bunch of Trials, collect them up, and then claim them. Where if you do have that weapon and say, oh, I'd like a new version of that, it's just 2 engrams. And then loads and loads of glimmer. So yeah, hopefully we're getting a glimmer cap increase because 250,000 could go real quick.
Oh, it absolutely will, dude. That's 5. That's 5 of these. 5.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like the well, you can only hold 10 Nightfall ciphers at a time anyway. I think it's capped at 10, which is stupid. But I'm tired of these caps, Bungie. But whatever. Anyway, the what was the name of that submachine gun that was a terror that you got from Trials? Everybody had. They had to nerf target lock because of that submachine gun.
The Immortal that's going away?
The Immortal, yes. So the Immortal, is that going to be included in that legacy weapon pool? Do we know?
Yeah, because you can still focus that, yeah.
Okay.
The Immortal's old news, though.
I mean, fair enough, but some people just want to get it for their collections. You know, not naming any names or anything.
Those were words.
Those were words. Also, more words are recognizing veteran services.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
And how can we do
that?
that?
You get a Jump Muster emote. In the past week of the U.S. celebrated Veterans Day. While we recognize that it's a U.S.-centric holiday, we want to take a moment to say thank you to all the veterans and first responders, that doesn't really count as a veteran, okay, globally for your service. This year, the Bungie Foundation joined forces with Team Rubicon to bring veteran awareness and recognition to the Destiny 2 community for the first time through the creation of our Jump Master emote. So, for you non-American citizens, and even for some of you American citizens, the definition of veteran has actually changed over the years, right? And this is in general. A veteran used to be not just somebody who was in the military, but somebody who actually saw combat. Right? Like, veteran used to be a very prestigious title. Well, I don't know if prestigious. It weighed heavy. Let's say it like that, right? Because it means you went to war. You saw combat. You did something, right? And then over time, it's changed to just anybody who's been in the armed forces, full stop. So they kind of nerfed the term veteran a little bit, which, I mean, as somebody that has been through combat a couple times and somebody that respects other people that have been through combat, taking that away from them, I think it's kind of a scumbag move, but whatever. It is what it is now. Further on,
Bungie haven't done that.
No, not Bungie. No, this is just in general. It's just a thing that happened that is not fun. But now it looks like they're trying to include first responders in that, which has nothing to do with military at all. But whatever. The emote was designed to be a recognizable symbol for both veterans and the larger Bungie community, while representing the continued support of our community who jumps into action when the world needs it the most. It also serves as a symbol of our partnership with Team Rubicon, the special wildfire mitigation operation we took part in earlier this summer in Central Washington. Period. There's a period there. More on the impact and stories from this volunteer work can be viewed at http://bung.ie.jump. The Jump Master emote is available in the Eververse until season of the 20. Blah 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 blah.
Season of the 20.
Yeah, season of the 20 until the end of season 22. All profits from the purchase of the emote will be split with Team Rubicon and the Bungie Foundation to continue to bring hope to disaster-stricken communities across the globe. Okay. Here's another thing that is upsetting. I understand it's going to a good cause, disaster-stricken communities, right? But if you want to recognize veterans, there's something called the Wounded Warrior Project, right? And what happens is they help people that, like, say, lost a limb, you get a prosthetic, or people that need modifications to their home because they've been wounded in combat. They need like a bathtub with handles or a ramp for their house if they're in a wheelchair, whatever. They make modifications to the homes. They help with prosthetics. They help with bills. They help with all kinds of things. It's called the Wounded Warrior Project. If Bungie wanted to recognize the veteran services the way they say they do, instead of giving it to the Disaster Communities Fund, I think it should have gone to something like the Wounded Warrior Project or something that has something to do with veterans, right?
Well,
that would have made more sense to me.
Team Rubicon is a veteran-led humanitarian organization built to serve global communities before, during, and after disasters and crises. So
Right.
Team Rubicon is a veteran organization.
Right. It's a veteran organization, but they help for disaster relief. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I as I've said before, I fully support disaster relief programs. But if this was going to be a one-time thing, I still think it should have gone to like the Wounded Warrior Project. You know? That's all I'm saying. Because they definitely could benefit from it.
Saying.
Yeah.
So we have until the end of this season, until the 28th, to buy the Jumpmaster Ghost pin for $15 in the store?
What it looks like. No, the emote. Not the pin, the emote.
Well, you get the emote by buying the pin.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, fair
I
enough.
believe.
You might be right. I think I overlooked it. Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, each pin will also include the exclusive lookup emote. So yeah, and the emote is the little ghost with a little parachute, and the pin is also a little ghost with a little parachute.
I do like the pin. That's one of the few pins I actually stand behind. It's kind of cute. Little parachuting ghost.
Yeah, it's really good looking. So yeah, so if you want to buy it, you have until 10 days or so as you hear this, till the end of this month and the season. And if you buy it now, you will not have it in time for Christmas because the estimated shipping window is 3 to 4 months. So, which basically seems like, we're going to take these orders. We're going to then place the order with their manufacturer. We're going to then say it'll get here when it gets here because, it'll here eventually.
Is it a better business model to take orders and then make the orders then, or have a small? I mean, that doesn't have to be a huge stockpile, but let's say you have a player base of 500,000 people, which supposedly they do. If you had at least 5,000 of these pins already made.
Yeah, but imagine if you had those already made and you couldn't shift them.
Imagine
that's why you don't make 500,000. You can move 5,000 pretty easily if you have a. I mean, that's 1% of their player base.
Well, right, yeah, but I mean, can you though? Because I mean, there's no way. There's no. I mean, and obviously they probably have some numbers on percentage of things in the past, but then you're stuck with 3,000 pins that you need to do something with, or sitting in your warehouse.
Then you have a discount day or something like that, but. I mean,
but then Respawn will come on and scream at them that they're selling the veterans pins for cheap. Not money isn't going towards the veterans anymore.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Because I would hope it would still be going towards the veterans, obviously. But anyway, no. But I mean, just like in general, like you do a raid, you get the raid jacket, and you get that raid jacket the following year. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, to be fair. Try to order anything, doing anything involving manufacturing physical goods has kind of been a mess since 2020. Like, it wasn't great before then. And
I've never had any problems aside from Bungie and Chubby Cable. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard of Chubby Cable. That place is a nightmare.
As consumers, yes. But like, I've got some friends who build things using electronic components. And half their days are now spent trying to figure out how else they could build it because they, can't get the circuit board or the chips or whatever for I can get this to you in 6 to 12 months. In 12 to 18 months, this may arrive.
Yeah, fair enough. But stop. I mean, 4 months for a pin is ludicrous. But did you know that this is the last call for Iron Banner?
I did know. Did you know?
I didn't know that. But with our final Iron Banner of the season coming to a close, we did want to provide quick and friendly reminder to finish up your triumphs and get any rewards you want to grab. Our dear Lord Saladin, sorry, started giving out more engrams in a recent update. But we warned again. I'm sorry, but be warned again. He won't save those for next season. Since the point of the stag, legendary bow is a fan favorite right now. Maybe it's a good idea to secure a nice roll with those engrams. Just saying. Yes, but I'm out of glimmer because we have a cap. Anyway, next season we will have Iron Matter Tribute. Check out 914 TWID for the full details of this chaotic mode. As a reminder from last week's TWID, here are the weapons leaving and joining the Iron Matter next season. Leaving! Dark Decider Auto Rifle and Gunora's Axe like Shotgun. New! Lethal Abundance Strand High Impact Auto Rifle. Ooh. And returning is the Wristwalker Kinetic Lightweight Shotgun. There you go. There's also a new Year 6 dungeon date. Dun dun dun! Is it that new dungeon we see on the horizon? Yes, it is! Our new dungeon is a Year 6 scheduled to go live at 9 a.m. PST on Friday, December 1st. Guardians will then be able to jump in and start collecting their epic loot! I'm sorry, guys.
What kind of loot? Because all I got was garbled something. Big loot? Epic loot?
Epic
loot?
Epic.
Epic loot.
Epic loot. Yep, that's what kind of loot. It's epic. It's definitely epic. And then we have
the best Prime gaming drop you can get this year. Do not sleep on it. If you've collected no other ones, collect this one.
Why? That's just the emote for the sparrow. It's not actually the tiny sparrow.
Sir, the emote is not the thing. The Playground Ride exotic emote, yeah, fine, but it's fun. It's fun, fine, whatever. The Sundaresh experiment, 13-hour exotic ship, yeah, it's fine, it's there. Your Noble Steed Sparrow, yeah, no, delete that immediately. Who cares? The Prime exclusive legendary shader, however, that's what we're all here for.
Okay.
Do you want to dress up in flannel? Do you want to go into battle looking like you're wearing your pajamas? Get this shader, apply it to everything. It is amazing. You want your Warlock robes to look like flannel? Yes. It looks amazing on the Warlock. Your whole
is it black flannel or brown flannel? Because I see both.
It can be whatever flannel you want it to be. No, it's like it's like a it's like a black brown flannel colored flannel. I don't know. Uh-huh. It's amazing. It doesn't look good on my Titan armor at all for anything I'm wearing, but the Warlock is incredible. And I think it was Blue Screen sent me pictures of his hunter wearing pajamas because it just looks like you're in your cozy pajamas, ready to run into battle. It's great.
Pajama mama. Let's see. I just got it. Let me see what it looks like.
Yeah, and get something long and flowy, and like I said, it looks great on the Warlock because it's got the big you've got the big Warlock cloak that can turn a nice single color. But yeah, I think it's what's it called now? Highlander, I want to say. I don't have the game in front of me.
Highlander what?
What's the name of the shader?
Oh, the I'm freaking out. Hold on, I'm still loading into the game.
Okay.
In a minute. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's called Highland or Highlander. If Dim would tell me,
it makes sense.
What my shaders are, I would tell you because I lost the tab.
They do, don't they?
That's where I was.
No, they'll tell you the names though.
That's where I was just looking. I thought it did. Maybe it's.
I'm sure it does.
Not Dim.
Yeah, it does.
Highlander.
It does.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
If you've got it on an armor piece, it'll tell you in dim.
Oh, if you have it on.
Look at you, Mr. Smarty. I didn't think to see, the Warlock that I put it on, what he was wearing. Cause
that's
why, it's called the Highlander. That's why we pay this man the big bucks. I was right. Yeah, called the Highlander. So yeah, it makes you look like you're wearing.
Pay him the big bucks. You're the one that knew it off the top of your head, bud.
Yeah, but he was the one that told me where to find and confirm it.
Yeah, well, I confirmed it in the kiosk before he told you where to find it. So if anything, you and I should get paid the big bucks. He came in third.
You were slowly into the game. You were of no help.
I said it. I confirmed it was Highlander before he said where to find it. Okay.
Oh my god.
Don't come at me, bro.
You're all pretty princesses. So yeah, get the Prime gaming drop, not for anything else, just because you want to be wrapped in flannel while you go into battle, which is the dream of everyone. And Respawn basically did complete the entire report. The end of the season is near. Pick up all your stuff before the 28th of November at 9 a.m. Pacific time, or you lose your engrams, which you're going to need because you're going to need materials or more things you can't fit in your vault. The only 2 known issues, good news, everyone, everything else is solved. Your friendly feet dance multiplayer emote is missing its interaction text, and a high volume of multi-kills can result in bird errors. So don't kill.
How dare you be efficient? Oh my God, the flannel.
Don't kill quite so effectively. And that's it. Everything else is solved. No, just there's, known issues has all the other links that are still out there for being known issues, but those are the ones I want to tell us about. Isn't the flannel marvelous?
So on my pants, it's just straight brown flannel, and you can tell it's flannel. On my cape, it's straight yellow flannel, and it's obviously flannel. But on like the other pieces, you don't see the flannel pattern. You just get the colors, which really throws the whole thing off, right? I'm trying to find stuff where you can see the actual flannel color. I want to see what a chest piece with the flannel looks like. I can't see that. Damn it!
Got up your fashion game and be the flannel hunter you can. So we have movies of the week, and good news, they have found the team that can re-embed YouTube videos and things into the TWAB. So we have our Safe and Sound Destiny 2 dance video movie of the week winner, some very fishy themed Nezaraki artwork, and that's it. And then a little kitty cat. And the season of the Wish is upon us.
Not quite, but almost.
In about a week's time. As you hear this, it'll be 7 or 8 days. So spend your legendary shards if you're trying to get those down, and turn in your engrams. Otherwise, you'll not get things, and 'tis the season to farm your high armor rolls. So do that or not do that, or just ride the season out and say, "I'll be back later."
The flannel makes my hunter look like a Saturday soccer dad. What the hell is this?
Yes.
Because you got the brown flannel shorts or pants, right? And then you have the yellow flannel that looks like it's tucked in with a belt. I gotta find a better outfit for this. Oh my God. I gotta find a good outfit for this.
I don't know who we need to thank for this flannel shader, but thank you, Bungie, for this flannel shader. I'm a little sad it's locked behind a Prime Gaming reward, but it's incredible. You should give this to everyone. Everyone deserves the joy of flannel.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay.
So, Nitedemon, you've watched some YouTube this week. I'm fairly confident.
I have. But before we get there, we have some more emails to go over.
No, we don't.
My friend Calvin,
we really don't.
He's emailed a couple of times this week. He has.
He really didn't, though.
Yeah. And he's addressed the question that we put out there last week about the wish stuff. Mm-hmm. So he says he believes that we are either going to find a pattern on the wish wall or a secret entrance. Because we were talking about, Mara, didn't we? I think it was you, Respawn, wasn't it? That you suggested that Mara might have just had her own wish wall somewhere.
I support that, yeah.
So Calvin's kind of gone with your theory about this, that we'll either be taken to like a secret entrance of where it take us to the galaxy pools, or in a mission there'll be like her personal wish wall, and that's how we kind of use that. That's his uneducated guess. He also then sent another email to say that he's got some suggestions for videos this week, so I don't have to suggest them, even though I was going to suggest these actual videos. But he would like to suggest that we have My Name is Bife talk about the Ahamkara. What?
You said Bife. I said Bife.
Are you just shouting? A little bit. Are you just randomly shouting Bife?
A little bit, yeah.
So, yeah, this week he made 2 videos about wish dragons, and he also made one on the egg that we found, and the potential that this egg that we found could either, I think he kind of throws out the idea that it could be the egg that Morosav had, then Savathun kind of stole and got rid of the corruption on it, or there may be 2 eggs. It was kind of, he just went over all the kind of things in the story and the lore so far where it could potentially be A or B. So there was about 3 videos that Bife's done this week. I will also include the video that I tried to follow by Unknown of trying to do the Doomfang Pauldron build with the Titans, because I tried and I can't do it, old man kind of reflexes. But I can tell you that I did try the build that Unknown put out there that I did tell you about last week with the Radiant Pulse Rifles. Now, this was the one with the Durham's Claw, I believe. He was telling everybody to kind of go and find. And the Durham's Claw that I had, if I can find it on my, where's my character?
I don't know.
It's there. It's in the middle there.
Is it?
I had this kind of same role as him, Head Seeker with Iron Grip, Ricochet rounds, extended barrel. So I've got range of 74, stability of 80 on the Solar Durham's Claw from Iron Banner. And I've got a couple of other ones to drop this week, but using the Hunter and doing the Radiance build that he put out there is amazing. Now, I was kind of used to the 100% resilience. I haven't got enough. I found that I haven't kind of got enough like armor pieces to get 100 resilience and 100 in my mobility, but I've kind of gone 80, 70 or 90, 60 kind of thing. But the way that he kind of puts his build together with the Aeon Swifts, I believe it is, for the Hunters. So when your team die, you get ability energy. And the amount of people that were dying on my teams was phenomenal. I was able to get my Radiance like knife double dodge thing in the ground and get my Radiance up to then proc the weapons. I was doing quite well. As long as I wasn't kind of rushing in, I was kind of doing it at a distance. So I actually really enjoyed that build. So I will link that in the show notes, as well as the buy videos that Calvin has kind of put out there as well. So, I mean, as he said, like the Ahamkara twist and the misinterpretations. So, yeah, Bife goes over that. And then we had another Melissa O'Malley email this week. First of all, she's so glad that there's somebody else out there that's regularly emailing us. So that's you, Calvin. So that she doesn't seem so much of a stalker. She likes Calvin's questions about asking what builds we're running. It's interesting information. My husband and I just bought the final shape. So that's 2 times $99. She's done some maths. Since I've played about 3,000 hours in Destiny over the past year, actually 14 months, I figured out that I spend 3 cents per hour playing a most enjoyable game like Destiny. So let me repeat that. That's 3 cents per hour. So that's worth the money. Hell's yeah. And then thanks for letting us know all about the final Imbaru engine puzzle. I would never have known about the Imbaru thing without you guys mentioning it. And then she's got some AMA questions for us for our upcoming Christmas stuff that we'll go over when we get there. And that's it for now. Well, oh, no, there is one last thing. People being upset or complaining about the new Sparrow PvP thing, that was completely accidental discovery during a glitch. She said they really, really need to get a life and stop complaining about every single little thing. And that's not me. That's Melissa.
Agreed.
Fair enough.
It's a video game.
Yeah. It's a video game. Enjoy it. A bug became a feature. Who cares? You're going to enjoy it or you're not going to enjoy it. If you play it, Bungie will keep it in. If you don't play it, Bungie will take it out.
I don't think that logic is quite accurate. I mean, ideally,
them's the rules.
Ideally, that would be nice, but I don't.
Them's the rules. I don't make it up.
So you're saying there's a chance? All right. So as we reach the end of the show and we have some lovely people to thank, we're going to thank those lovely people, and then Nitedemon, prepare yourself because I'm going to quick fire you questions on what I should spend my 70 Iron Banner engrams on.
Oh, okay.
I don't need roll recommendations. We're going to go in the list of weapons because who cares about the armor at this point? And you're going to tell me what I should spend these on, what I should farm for, and why it's worth it. But before we do that, I really need to tell you that these lovely human beings who support us each and every week have gone to patreon.com/TTAH. And you know what? We tried to threaten them with good times. We tried to threaten Zep Orbit and K4 with a good time. It can't be done. Our Otter Dance Troop, led by the glorious T-Rex King, backed up by the Scarlet KM and BHS Nightcrawler. And then who is it? Mel O'Malley and Dedicated Wham 64 over there, dancing their hearts out. And why do they dance? You know why they dance. Because Carver 2782, Golden Gun 1562, We Noble, Basically Assault, Zombie Pops, Renard Calant, and Fire Squad 1688 are throwing grenades. So many grenades. And finally, Deacon's Day 1 raid team. She is deep, deep in theory crafting with Dimwee, Gravy Jeff, PP Pipe, and the Drifters Driftwood, trying to figure out all the ins and outs of this glorious game, honing them into elite fighting forces. And we thank you each and every week, and thank you for going to Patreon and being like, these guys, if not informative, are entertaining, if not entertaining, are informative, or some mix of the two. We appreciate you appreciating us, and now we have our Mutual Appreciation Society going. So thank you, everyone. Patreon.com/TTH for our lovely patrons. Thank you. Nitedemon, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So, Lord Saladin, he is going to be there for, as I record, 3 days and 46 minutes. I have 70 Iron Banner engrams. Do I want a Dark Decider?
No.
What about the Gnora Zac shotgun?
You could, if you can get a good roll on it.
Okay, so I guess we'll throw 10 engrams into there. What about the Joram's Claw pulse rifle?
Yes.
No.
So for your Gnora's Axe, you could have Iron Reach, which gives you plus 13 to range, which will then, if you get surplus, that increases handling, reload speed, and stability. You could literally, if you get a range masterwork on that, you get 100 range on a slug shotgun. Decent. Joram's Claw.
I could reach out and punch someone.
Joram's Claw, you're looking for maybe Headseeker and Iron Grip, which gives you plus 20 to stability, minus 30 in reload. But who needs reload when you slap on extended mag? You could potentially look at, again, having a range masterwork of 74 range and 80 stability, depending on barrel and ricochet rounds perks. Next.
Bite of the Fox, which we're not even going to mention because it's a sniper rifle, so I'm not going to pick it up, but should other people?
But if you did want to Bite of the Fox, you can, I think you can still get... you can get moving target and snapshot sights, but I think you can also get... let me find my other one. I've got it. You can get opening shot and firmly planted, I think, still, which is a good one. So yeah, it's a good high impact one. I've seen people do really good stuff with it.
And those people can. What about the Swarm of the Raven grenade launcher?
It's kind of fallen by the wayside, but if you haven't got a Void rapid fire grenade launcher, yeah.
All right, maybe we'll throw a couple in there. What about the pressurized precision fusion rifle? That's a Strand one.
That's always a good one. I've heard a lot of good things about that one. So I think the one that people were talking about was... I don't think I've actually got one. No.
Next, we have the Point of the Stag combat bow.
Yes, I would say get one of those bad boys and lock it down. You are looking for, I can tell you this for definite, precision instrument. So dealing sustained damage, increased precision damage with Archer's tempo. So precision hits decrease draw time by 25% for 3 seconds. And probably target acquisition. It's a very good bow at the moment.
Excellent. And then last but not least, that's not the right one. Switch tabs for me and lost it. The Guiding Sight Strand Scout Rifle.
Yep.
Yes, I do like the Guiding Sight. And
Enlightened action with precision instrument is good stuff.
It is good stuff, and I recommend that.
And that's the roll I get here. Let's go.
Or if you want to do a grenade build, you can also go with Adrenaline Junkie and a Demolitionist.
Dude, you can put a Highlander on the weapons. I mean, of course you can, but still.
Excellent.
You know, you can focus some of the older weapons as well.
Why would you do that?
So which of the older weapons would I want to focus? Is there anything that stands out as I should spend some of my engrams on those here in the next couple of days?
You might have wanted a Forge's Pledge pulse rifle, which is also a solar pulse rifle, 390. It's less range than the Joram's Claw, but it has different perks on there. You can get Rampage and Tunnel Vision on them, for example. What else can you get? The Occluded Finality Sniper Rifle, which was also a good one. A lot of people... I don't like the sight on it. It's really boxy, but a lot of other snipers do. But I mean, just... You may like it, may not like it. You can focus for the Forward Path Auto Rifle, which is a primary. I've got one which is pretty cool because I use it with my Action War Rig, and I use it as a kind of submachine gun auto rifle. It has, where is it? Iron Gaze. So it massively improves weapon target acquisition at the cost of weapon range. So it's minus 30 to range, but plus 20 to aim assist. It had dynamic sway reduction. I put backup mag on there. So it's got a magazine of 51 and range of 27, stability of 57. But it fires like a submachine gun. And if I've got a decent auto rifle in my energy slot, I can mix and match between them because although it's an auto rifle, it acts like a submachine gun, if you know what I mean. So you could go with something like that.
Excellent. And I'm realizing, maybe belatedly, this is a completely self-serving topic, because by the time everybody else hears it, Iron Banner will be over.
Oh no!
But that's kind of on them. And if you want inside information, you should get your own podcast that you can get when you need the information.
hey, the Invisible Hand perk. I know we've discussed this before, but I'm looking at it now, and it's funny because it says repeatedly missing targets increases the weapon's stability. Stability, not accuracy. Stability. So now you're more stable while missing your.
Mm-hmm. You can be sure to continue to miss those targets because you're still not pointing it at the thing you want to kill.
What a stupid perk! What is that? So what? You pre-fire to get the bonus and then hit your target? This must last for a short duration after a target is hit. Okay, cool. So you pre-fire it, I guess, and then you engage and you keep the buff for, I don't know, a couple of seconds. But like as long as you're missing, you're more accurately missing. Like what? What?
That sounds like my entire gameplay strategy. All right. Well, I think that's where we leave the good people, where we leave Nitedemon to go be irritated at his kids pranking him mid podcast, and we leave Respawn to go put flannel on every single weapon and armor piece he has, because why would you ever wear anything else at this point?
Did you see the chat? Did you see the chat?
I did not see the chat.
Look at the hunter. Look at the hunter in the Respawn's chat. The box of shame.
I was gonna need more words.
Yeah.
See, that man is ready for bed. He's ready to grab his popcorn and cozy up by a fire in his flannel PJs. Isn't it great?
See, we got the hoodie and everything, dude. Like, what the hell? I'm done. End the show. I'm gonna die.
Well, before Respawn dies, I think I should say thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon, your hunter, clad in all flannel, as no one responds in real life. You can email the show, and should, at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you want to find us. Two Titans and a Hunter. Type into a search box. You got us. You can find this show wherever you get your podcasts. You should follow us on YouTube, because you get each new episode, weekly update video, live streams, what Shade 1 is up to, what to expect next week, assuming Bungie doesn't change it midway through. And really, at this point, it's just a minigame. Does the information Nitedemon tells you stay accurate, or does Bungie change it without telling anyone?
Oh, no, Bungie do tell people. But literally, about 2 hours after something drops in the Eververse store, they went, you can't have that. We'll give you something else instead. Like, oh, okay. Made a whole video on that.
We've given you this emote, and this emote is breaking things. And now here's a new one.
No, it was a transmat effect this week.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah. It was a transmat effect, not an emote. I saw that where you put it on and then you just couldn't do anything. you were moving around the map with no animation because, good times. And if you want to have more good times, patreon.com/TTH. You can join our Otter Dance Troupe, throw them for the good time, throw more grenades, or train to be on Deacon's Day 1 raid team. And if you're looking for more casual encounter, coffee.com/2titans and a hunter. That's ko-fi.com. 2 Titans and a hunter. You gotta type in all those letters. You know what other letters you have to type out? You need to type out twitch.tv/no1respawns in real life. And then you can get the live version of the show when Respawn is here to bring it to you. Mostly each and every Saturday. Sometimes it's a Friday, sometimes it's midweek. You never know. So that's why you got to hit that bell and subscribe and be notified. And eventually, once the children are wrangled and subdued properly and Brexited out of the life of the poor Nitedemon who's trying to bring you all the good content, you can go to twitch.tv/2titansandahunter. You should subscribe and hit that bell, because you never know when a stream may pop up. You never know what you're going to get, but it's going to be good time, family-friendly, wholesome content. And you're going to have a British man becoming more and more irritated as things don't go his way. So go there, press the buttons, join us next week for who knows what's going to happen. Something in Destiny, something in life, and say goodbye, gents.
Bye.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. I wonder why. Just because what? They never explain why it keeps going on and on.
Yeah, they do. It's in the next line of the song because it's the song that never ends.
But that's what. Just because it's a song that never ends, it never actually explains why it goes on and on, my friend. And why some people started singing it.
It's the song that never ends.
If it's a song that never ends, why would you start singing it to begin with? I mean, it kind of seems like a trap.
I mean, why did we start playing Destiny and now we're still here many years later?
It's absolutely a trap.
You start a podcast about a game and then you look up and it's been 5 years and you're like, we're still here podcasting about this game. You start a thing and it never ever ends. It just goes 100%. On and on, my friends.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it